teammate. But Zinken's going for these shots. He's trying to do it, but sorry, still on this bomb. He finally gets the defuse. The shot's hit just an instant too late. Immediately in the flank, Poggers have the single USPS on tobacco at the back of this B bomb site. They obviously need this pickup. Sprite not finding the initial headshots though. It's the Deagles picking instead. Tobacco towards the back of this site, gonna nail another one, and it's only Dennis remaining. He's trying to close in, and Tobacco sideswipes him and finds the headshot. 4-12. Poggers stays in. And Tempo Storm's mid control has really just not come up with any results. He's trying to get that AK. He's still not got it. He's going to run out of bullets before he gets here. He's actually going to give up on the AK.
The bomb planted at the A bomb site, and Avangard with opportunities to close his series off. Now, Kicker, he's challenged up close and personal. There's a follow-up headshot. Just Sirison to keep this one alive, and he has the AWP posted in his hand. Follow-up flick. There's the first, and he has time on this clock. The Molotov placed, and that is nicely poised. Sanji here on the defuse. It's Sirison trying to bait the player out, but Sanji doesn't go for the peek. Instead, it's the AWP loading and the headshot. Sirison, can he find this bomb? Yeah, there it is.
Do anything so far, and this might all be over. They have to go for the they have to go for the 4, sorry, in this 17th, and Swisher, he puts Wiggo again. What an absolute joker. And obviously they are, but ripping straight through once again. There are the shots. Swisher as well, dealing a damaging blow to both their, well, economy, their faces, and also their pride. This has been a very one-sided game. Monty last alive, and they're just going to try and finish him off. 15-2. This one's over. It's really down to HS to be the majority of this defense here. He needs to really heat up and hit some headshots here. Exactly like what it says on the tin. There's the first one. Nice flick upwards, and HS doing all the damage. What was that? HS with a quad kill. He's going absolutely off the rails. Do anything so far, and this might all be over. They have to go for the they have to go for the 4, sorry, in this 17th, and Swisher, he puts Wiggo again. What an absolute joker. And obviously they are, but ripping straight through once again. There are the shots. Swisher as well, dealing a damaging blow to both their, well, economy, their faces, and also their pride. This has been a very one-sided game. Monty last alive, and they're just going to try and finish him off. 15-2. This one's over.
Charging him down. MBK with a opening headshot. Quicker drops. I don't know if they know that this AWP is up close and personal, but they certainly do now. Jane fires in. There's a second shot. Oh, and Jane does everything. Lines up 3 and 4 players. Unbelievable. The A bomb site gets shut down. How does he manage it? Every single angle covered.
Very aggressive this time. Trying to smoke, and he finds the second flick. Oh, the third knock! Doing everything, almost hits the 4th. Lethal and brutal on this B bomb site. He doesn't really know that he's not defusing just yet. He has to bait out the second man as well. There's the kit and the smoke. I think he might be able to do this. He does bait him out. Oh, there's the headshot! Nicely done, Existence Galaxy.
for another round right here. Valiance is one shot away with any gun today. Oh my goodness! INS shoots right over his head. Oh my god, he was one bullet away. And suddenly it's 9-1. Valiance showing off some backwards bunny hopping skills. Oh, that was right above his head.
But Mixwell still has to sneak his way out of A main, and he's got company from behind. That nade right over the top isn't going to do anything but a fast flick on 1 of the second. Mixwell blasts his way out of that situation with a pair of frags and 28 HP to his name. Now he needs to rotate towards the B bomb site. He's only got 10 seconds left on the clock. I'm not sure he's got enough time for this one. That bomb takes 4 seconds to plant and he needs to get it last possible second. How does he manage it? Now the rotate has to come through. A 1 versus 3 that seemed impossible earlier now seems almost probable. And it might be pistol in hand to try and crack this one. Makes his way through. It's Deagle out instead. Him closing up the distance. Even behind in the flick. We've got Relaxer coming from behind. He's on short.
Goodbye.
There's the opener shot hit. The bomb is planted right for him. He's got this angle nailed down and lined up. They need to just bait a shot out of it.
Goodbye.
And, oh, there it is, but he nails it straight up. So, just before the Molotov goes down, he needs to stop this. Oh, and he has stopped the defuse from coming in. Another shot from Relaxer, who does everything! A quad kill! A 1 versus 4 on the A bomb site. And that is map and match point. We've got Relaxer coming from behind. He's on short.
Goodbye.
There's the opener shot hit. The bomb is planted right for him. He's got this angle nailed down and lined up. They need to just bait a shot out of it.
Goodbye.
And, oh, there it is, but he nails it straight up. So, just before the Molotov goes down, he needs to stop this. Oh, and he has stopped the defuse from coming in. Another shot from Relaxer, who does everything! A quad kill! A 1 versus 4 on the A bomb site. And that is map and match point.
What's this? Oh my god, it's over. That's over. Mal's career is over. Mal can never play Counter-Strike again. I don't care what happens. He can never play Counter-Strike ever again. That's it. Done.
Now in a 2 versus 3, they need to stop this bomb from being defused, but he's hidden away in cover, and these USPSs can't connect with the shots. Zinken is still alive and wasting plenty of time. Zori has to hold it up and defend his teammate, but Zinken's going for these shots. He's trying to do it, but Zori's still on this bomb. He finally gets the defuse. The shots hit just an instant too late. Immediately in the flank, Poggers have the single USPS on tobacco at the back of this B bomb, so they obviously need this pickup. I'm Jamie Squid CS Stewart, and you're watching CSGO Fight Night. Exactly like what it says on the tin. There's the first one. Nice flick upwards and HS doing all the damage. What was that? Who's he going to take the shot on initially? Thomas, Baymax, all three! Schneider! Perfect, beautiful play.
Hello and welcome everybody to CSGO Fight Night. My name is Jamie Squid CS Stewart and we have such a series of shows for you today, starting with Grayhound versus Order. This one is actually going to be phenomenal because we've seen Order a lot in this tournament. They've been a solid force, a threat against most of the competition and opposition. However, today they're up against Grayhound. And remember, the only reason that Grayhound isn't just hot on this scoreboard and on this MDL leaderboard is because, of course, they were over in the major. They were in Katowice. You've got this Grayhound side, who they're 28th in the world. They've 16-4 Chiefs. That's right at the top of the tally, right at the top of this MDL scoreboard. And they've spent, for the hell of it, 14 weeks in the top 30. Whereas you've got your underdogs here today. Order, they're 29th in the world. They've taken a couple of wins against Content as well. They're not massive underdogs. However, here in MDL, we're not expecting them to be able to pull through against the likes of Grayhound, against the likes of some of the better teams. Let's get into the game. It's the pistol going live here. Order versus Grayhound here to start things off. So, obviously, Order could be taking things towards this B bomb site. They do lead the charge. Dick Stacy to hold down the line first. Nice headshot, Hats drops, but he's still got 4 Glocks to challenge. It's often hard to chip your way back into these bomb sites when you've only got USPs because these Glocks up close and personal are so deadly, and Ins and Zeph showing exactly why. 2 frags, Dexter has to chip back in, but Grayhound can't do it. Looks like Order taking away over this first pistol, and Dexter, yeah, he's just being sprayed away as well. Lots of damage done straight through that smoke. Order don't even have to look at him, and that's the final kill, the pickup, the frag, the round. 1-0. Yeah, Order can certainly win. Yeah, I'm not saying that Order are dead meat in this series, and I'm not saying that they're just humongous underdogs. However, what I am saying is they might find this difficult because on the board here, it's often very hard to get big wins against teams like Grayhound. They're very solid, man. I think they were first in the Asia Minor. This Grayhound side, they made their way to the major. They don't really perform too much or perform too well. However, you've got massive stars there, and Order seems to be dealing with that very well and nicely early on. But we have just such a large amount of Australian CS view today and tonight. We've got 4 games coming up, starting with this Order bout. 2-0 on the board, of course. Malta's probably not even going to be able to escape here. Actually picks up an AK-47, but can't do a lot with it. So yeah, we've got a lot of matches coming up. We start with this Order Grayhound game, and then we were next going to go through to what was it? I think it was Riot. Yeah, it was Riot Rooster. That game isn't happening anymore. That one's happening on the 13th. That's been delayed. So we go straight into Astro Influence versus Off the Grid next. Big buy round though, and towards the A side this time. Malta and Dexter both finding pickups. And this T side can't hit back harder. Sicko actually stays alive there. That means that Urcast is able to hold down the line. That's a nice crossfire. And now Alistair, he's stuck in a little bit of hassle and trouble. He has to back off. T-spawn back to the B site. What's going on, everybody? About 200 people here today. There's a lot of Counter-Strike going on right now, so thanks very much for choosing EFLGG. A nice opening pop from Alistair. He's on mid. And, yeah, that AWP. It's such a threat that you never want to peek it. Instead, Grayhound, you see what they're doing. Assuming really dangerous angles, and he wants to just cause distraction and make noise against Alice's door. And Alice goes for the swing, misses the shot. Urcast even had support from Dick Stacey, who was just lurking behind. So 1-0 on the board, 1-2 on the board, sorry. And Team Order starting to at least get something posted. And Grayhound also getting on the board. You know, they've actually forced this this eco here. Zeph's the only player with body armor. Everybody else have completely neglected doing that. So just a couple of upgraded pistols in this one. Should be 2-2. Pistols make their way out towards the A bomb site though, and that's a fast frag. And as the Deagles challenge, they can actually hit one Deags, and Zeph doing exactly that, taking taps onto Malta, who's very low. These Deagles are so deadly, and that's exactly why Alistair and Hats both racking up kills, stealing them away from the Grayhound side. And here's the Deagle from the side as well. Malta's taken a catastrophic amount of damage. I don't think he can survive. No, not against the M4 of Imagine, who's able to swing, and the pistols able to steal. Interesting, interesting. I build Grayhound as the favourites here today, but not getting out of the starting grid like a Grayhound. More like a Chihuahua. It's 5 lots of rifles for the Order side. Grayhound actually go for the force buy here. That's a really risky play. You're not that far behind either. You're just 3-1 on the board, so you can concede a 4th. But permitting Grayhound loses this one, they should against the rifles. Then they have to go for, well, another Rico after. The one determining factor probably was that was a full reset. They only had the $1,400 loss bonus, which means that you can't go for a buy over the course of 2 rounds. So you have to either double eco or go for a force and then an eco. They've ate the latter. Re1Ease says gonna be easy game for Order. You've played with Hats, he was a Smurf in Silver. I don't know about that, man. How'd you know it was his real account? How'd you know it was him? I think that would be news. Did we just break news? By the way, guys, we're almost at 8,000 followers. I want to hit that 8,000 today, so if you're watching out there, make sure that you tap that big little follow button right at the top corner. Make sure you tap it, and then you'll make me very happy. So, only the MP9 saved from Malta. Obviously gets loss bonus when surviving. It's only on the T side that you don't get that. 5 lots of AK-47s on the T side. Order having nice weapons and nice taps to match. It's Dick Stacey to initially drop. Malta's the only real threat here. Yeah, my opening statistics didn't really take account or take into account what the map was. So I'd be very interested to see what some of Grayhound's Mirage stats are and some of Order's Mirage stats. You know, since the map is often earlier published, maybe we should include that into our like pre-game. But you know, map statistics just based off the numbers, unless you're in like the tier 1 level, doesn't really count for as much. Oh god, what messy tap. Sicko could have maybe even secured 2 kills there if he had maybe hit the first headshots onto Alistair. But yeah, missing a couple, does find the kill anyway. 1 to 5. Now let's see what Grayhound can do with the rifles. Yeah, because if you're right at the top of tier 1, if you analyze their map picks, there's nobody better. There aren't like loads of teams better, so you can't just get rolled over. It's all determined on how good you are specifically on that map. Whereas at this level, if we analyzed Grayhound's Mirage, some of those games are at the major, some of those games are with Fnatic, some of those games, well, lots of those games are from a range of opponents, so it doesn't really give us a good indicator of how good they are on a specific map, unless they've played tons, and we can see that in comparison to like the rank of their opponent. Order with the rush towards the B-bomb site. It's going to be completely clear and open with the exception of Short. Dick Stacey finds the first. But now they have to cross outwards, and Imagine's not going to allow it. A brutal headshot to end Dick Stacey. Cass going to find another. So opportunities for the retake in a 3 versus 3. But Grayhound being severely pressured here. They do need another opening if this B-bomb site is going to break. Over by Kitchen, Malta and Dexter to hold down the line, now falling back. So M4's in hand. They want no piece of this action. Grayhound don't really seem to be comfortable on this. They have no other counter for the T-side strats. No, they haven't really had anything just yet. Remember, that was their I think that was literally just their second gun round. If it wasn't their second, it was their third over in round 7. I think maybe rounds 3, 5, and 7 were gun rounds. So they haven't had too many opportunities just yet. Let's see what they can do here, though. They could definitely impress me with a couple of pistols and the 3 saved players from that previous round. It's double AUG, single AWP. Flashes right over the top. Hats in with the Molotovs. That severely forces the AWP out of position and into no man's land. The AUG has to pick through the smoke instead. Flash right over isn't going to allow a peek. Over in Sandwich, Malta gets found, spotted, and killed. Hats with another. And it's... oh, they know that this CT push is coming through now. Urkas can actually punish along with the Deagle. So Sicko recovers, and now these two Ts have to do everything. It's Inns remaining, AK-47 in hand, and he's playing over by ramp. He's stuck in a compromising position here where he can actually see the bomb, but has to take quite an aggressive stance to get these picks. It's the pistol up top, and they know exactly where he is. AUG recovered, and that's a first on the board for Grayhound. Just about. Getting tagged in the face. Zeph finally finds that shot. And you know how he snaps towards connector? That's to find a player who's punishing. When you take an AWP shot towards a mid, you're actually expecting the second man just to swing through and try and punish, try and take you out. However, didn't happen this time. 2 to 6. And Zeph is still alive towards mid. This is a problem for Grayhound here. But it could have been even worse. If somebody did peek towards Connector, he would have possibly found that shot. It was a difficult one to hit. See, he spots out the second man. That's Sicko towards CT spawn, and right over the top, Urkas might be able to take this one out. It's Zeph, just gets tapped away here. One bullet's all that's needed, and now the B split. This is kind of falling apart. They know that it's probably coming towards this side of the map now. Nobody watching for it, however, this short coverage and the boost up. What can Hat see? Oh, it spots out both players. That's the defense gone. He crushes them. Dick Stacey and Urcast both on the receiving end of that double spray down. As Alistair puts the digits into that bomb. 2 versus 3. How are they going to be able to find this retake? I don't know if it's even possible here. Well, Malta was going for it, but Sicko wasn't. I'm just not sure why that had to happen. That's such an important rifle to keep alive, so moving towards apps in any capacity just seems weird to me. It'll be interesting to see Grayhound on T side. And then Zuli said, why will it be interesting? Yeah, I want to know as well. Because so far, they haven't really showed us anything. However, on this T side, we say that Grayhound isn't playing too focused, isn't too serious. So on the T side, they definitely will be. I could see that. I don't know if it's the strongest point in the world. Grayhound should really be winning this game. There is no excuse. There's nobody in the MDL right now who should really challenge them. And Order right now, taking them tooth and nail. They're right at the top, well, near the top of the MDL scoreboard. And if I have a look at this actual scoreboard, you've got, yeah, Order, they're 13-2. If they take 2 more wins, they'll match Chiefs, who are 15-2. Order with 2 less play than them. But remember, we are approaching the end of the MDL now. Like, most teams have, like, the overwhelming majority of their games played. Chief, Order, Grayhound, same level teams. Grayhound better for sure. Yeah, I definitely agree there. I'd say that, yeah, Grayhound absolutely pounded Chiefs. I would say Chiefs is probably 3rd in the list there. Both of these teams have actually beaten Chiefs pretty hard. It's a nice tap with the AK-47. Hats, how does he transfer? Urcast actually drops. And now Sicko from Connector. Is he just going to go for the spray on through? Alistair not caught peeking. And now this final man, Sicko, has to edge his way back to the A-bomb site. However, he has T's on every single account. It's the M4. Now the AWP up close. He does look towards... Oh, that nade might be perfect. Oh, what an absolute Kobe. What a play. Sicko instantly on the defuse. What a way to secure a round on the board. That pistol towards CT spawn was lovely. And then the nade straight in. Great game sense. Everything perfectly played. So 3-7 on the board. It's a Molotov in hand, which gets instantly smoked through. Alistair with a opening pick. They fully reset the Grayhound side if they find this kill once again. It's Cass on the site, and he instantly drops. The AWP doing so much work here. Pats on the back to Alistair and Hats, who find the openings and entries. Malta and Sicko not able to find this retake. They back off towards the A-bomb site, and Order is going to be 8-3 up. But more importantly, they absolutely crush the economy of this Grayhound side. They're going to have no money working into the last couple of rounds. Their loss bonus reset. And that's going to take a little while to build this back up. I think sometimes people just look at the head-to-heads and look at the simplest stats and then chart the bets on. I think that's why so many people profit in CSGO betting. Because there are a lot of people who do casually bet without really knowing. And then I think in sports it's a bit more savvy. Depends. If it's not so mainstream. If you're betting on like the UFC, for instance, I feel like that's way more savvy. And the people who are watching that really know their stuff. You'd think that Counter-Strike would be kind of like that as well. Quite hard to make money off. But then when you're talking about something like football betting or soccer betting, like those guys like really know that sport. So when they're putting bets on, those odds have to be really good. It's Dexter up close, AK-47 in hand, and a big spray down to finish off the Order side. I don't know how they took so long to get into that bomb site. Scrambles through the weapons, and imagine he's going to walk into these crosshairs here. It's Sicko just waiting for the angle. Great headshot to finish things off, and Grayhound do get on the board. I don't know even how they won that round. It was just that Dexter spray down on the A-bomb site. He had the MP9 in hand, and that's when you should capitalize. That's when you need to push off the back of it. He's a weakened player. He literally had no weapon in his hand for a couple of seconds. You need to push him aggressively. That didn't happen. It was the switch, the AUG instead, which was able to find its marker. Nade towards the top of mid doesn't connect. This hat's another opening, and that's all of mid compromised. Greyhounds still need to hold on. I think they do need an 8-7 at the end of this half to have any chance of winning, and I don't think that's going to happen here. Order are pounding them on this T side, and look at those peaks. How clean are they? Imagine goes for the swing, and then Hats is instantly in with the response. 4 versus 2. Malta's even being flanked. He might be able to find this pick. There it is. Nice headshot. Alistair should have just fired off his gun. More towards short. Sicko still in kitchen, but Hats up close. Yeah, see, there's the response every time. You see one player peek in, and then the following player right after. Order has this nailed down to a T. And spray down. Both players here. They have to recover this bomb now. 15 seconds left. Innings can't take this right angle, but needs to bait out shots, and the movement's great. Salvages the bomb and actually steals it away. Malta needs to come in fast. However, he's off that plant, and it's the Molotov instead. That's going to force Insight. He takes a lot of damage. The spray down through, and Malta actually plays it perfectly there. There wasn't a lot of opportunity that he could have went down, and now he is going to go for this AWP, try and recover it. Nice 1 versus 2 there. It's 5-8 on the board, and that's after Order aggressively challenged for this round earlier on today. 5-8. That was a good round from Grayhound altogether. Gives me a little more confidence to what we're using here, to what we've got in play. So their job right now is just to instill a little bit of confidence into their upcoming T side. Otherwise, Order's just going to roll right into this one. They seem to be waking up slightly. However, allowing teams to get this up close and personal and even find frags is a little bit touch and go. Nice nade in from Dexter. That actually does humongous damage. And they do spot out that second man. Death drops. That means that there's definitely another guy towards the bottom of mid. At least one. There's actually two. Dexter's able to finish off half of that attack. And Urcast should be watching for below. He does. Just imagine left. The best case scenario here would be finding that kill on the B-bomb site. If you can nail Dick Stacy with a shot in the head, maybe he can actually sneak a bomb down. However, goes through underpass. He is going to be trying to take connect control here because nobody to boost him into window. A short play is a little too touchy. Moat is in the best position though. He can just swing through and watch this. Urcast even watching from behind. You need the 1D in those situations. And imagine just didn't hit it. 6-8. And this scoreline is actually closing up now. So if you've put a bet on Grayhound, I wouldn't be too scared just yet. I know Order had a good start. However, the Grayhound boys are starting to wake up. And that is where they get scary. Remember, they've got 3 games here today, Grayhound, on this main stage. Starting with this Grayhound Order game. And of course, make sure that you stay tuned in for all of our CS shenanigans. Cass needs to be very careful that he doesn't get caught with a nade out here as the flash piles right over the top. They're going to send these rifles inwards. Cass locked into the corner, needs a bit of support here. Who's going to peek him though? Nobody's actually swung out just yet. He gets caught, and now the pre-fire might come through, but Urcast able to steal 2. That's his job done. Needs to wait for the flank, which comes in, headshot. Grayhound has a nice sandwich bag of a defense here, but Order could still fight their way out. 2 versus 3. You've got pressure on the flank and pressure towards mid. Oh, and there's the pressure towards mid capitalized. Smoke dropped. That gives some visual to Order, gives some space to move on this bomb site. And not so much for the AWP to chip in. Hat's just watching this angle. And he's tucked away in the corner, watching the cross from Apps. Imagine's able to find another one. And Grayhound, that was a 2 versus 5 there to end the half. Order with a very nice play to finish this one 9-6. Second pistol, this is a crucial one. Grayhound trails by 3, but they could recover right here. The smoke right over the top from Dexter. He's got the utility along with Sicko here. Of course, a Molotov. Where are they going to utilize and use that? It's the Glocks pouring through. They haven't checked Cubby, though, and Dexter needs to hit the headshot. Does exactly that. Dick Stacy returns, and that is Grayhound breaching that B-bomb site. It's going to be a very tough, difficult round for Order here. They've got the USPSs posted in. However, Grayhound with players on all fronts should be able to hold it down. Order already look like they're saving just the Kevlar. Won't even let them do that. It's the USPS. Attack is the best defense. Trying to hold up this line, and yeah, a couple of headshots hit. It means that they can't remove the armor from him, but you know, Grayhound do exactly that once again. They're finding pickups, they're finding kills, and Alistair, the last player to get assassinated, popped in the head by Dick Stacy from above, and that's 9-7. We might actually see a longer game here for the first. You know, 9-7, Grayhound coming back into this one. It does seem like this is going to be close. We know that both of these teams are good. They're right at the top of the MDL. So a tactical pause here to discuss What's going to happen in this second? Yeah, I don't know how different that roster was. I mean, you've got Sterling, who was on that Grayhound side with close losses against Na'Vi. Funny Guy 872. He says, I bet on Grayhound. Hopefully they can pull through. Wish me luck, guys. Anyone want to wish him luck? I'm fine. You know, I'm fine. So, pistols on the side of 5. It's the USPS just chipping down mid, you know, taking a little more damage than it gave. Next to going down mid. This is the real opening here. They're finding so many kills with the SMGs, and Zeph only able to counter one. So with Inns just moving through that smoke, Urcast even has the pre-fire lined up. So 9-8. Nice round from Grayhound once again. They've been able to close the score line up. Lots of UMPs. You've got the MP5 and double AK-47. They will be taking the aggression towards the B-bomb site. Oh, and the line held up by Hats. This defense finally being posted. Mulcher and Dick Stacy drops, and that's as soon as Order gets rifles in their hands. Grayhound haven't been able to do anything just yet, and another double spray down. A pair of them, Hats. Nicely done, just chipping in, helping his teammate there. That crossfire was just so brutal, and onto the B site it often is. Dexter has so many different angles to watch, and has to be careful about, overbox, towards short, from behind. 10-8 though for Team Order, as that round was all predicated off those pair of crossfires. You had the man by bench, man by short, and Grayhound couldn't hit those opening headshots, and Order certainly could. Almost 500 people here watching this first map of the day. Remember, we've got 3 more coming up. It's all of those ESEA MDL matches. So make sure that you stay tuned. Don't go too far, because we've got a lot of games for you coming up today. 10-8, and there's the opening once again. Grayhound coming alive on this T side. They could force the eco right here and now. Remember that this CT side doesn't have much money, but neither does Grayhound. This is going to be a very important round, and Alistair finding Malta straight through the smoke. He had the advantage in the opening shots there. I think they've misread where this bomb's been planted, because the nades are pouring in towards the wrong angle. Order have made a slight mistake. They could have definitely flushed out the main of that bomb site. That was Dexter, but it's only Sicko left. He has to hold it up. 1 versus 3, and there's the first pickup. The smoke's dropped, flashes over the top, and how is Sicko going to respond? He needs to do so with aggression and headshots. The defuse is already happening. 1 second left. It guesses the angle wrong, and Imagine's able to steal it away and pop him in the face. 11-8. Grayhound trail, Order 5 to finish. If earlier in this game tells anything, I'd be amazed if Grayhound can bring it back. I'd say let's see if they've been practicing AUGs, because yeah, obviously those AUGs are very powerful, especially when you get the practice under your belt. Grayhound with 5 pistols. This is likely going to be 12-8 in Order taking a dominant lead starting in the CT side. Alistair popping a nade right down below. Actually just whizzes past Monta. Felt like that should do way more damage. You know, those nades are so inconsistent that you can't often predict them. As a commentator, I usually hold my breath before reacting to the amount of damage until I like properly see, because somebody could get a nade thrown right at their face and do like 12 damage, and then it could rebound off another wall and get like 50. Trying to pop aggression, pop nades right through that smoke. Nicely held. That Orc's main job here is actually to stay alive, and against the Deagle he hasn't done that. You need to just pop away as soon as you know that the rifle's going to peek into you. Imagine's next in line, and he's just holding connector down, and Sicko instantly finds that shot. Grayhound are actually finding success here, and Sicko with another one, a 1-deeg. Alistair there to peek through. The rotates were very fast, however, Cass can pick up an AK-47, and that's all she wrote. After the time, Hats is going to drop. He wants to maybe even find another kill here, but going down after time is not the smartest option. His teammates can buy up a round, but 12-8. Order doing a phenomenal job at keeping their T counterparts, their Australian foes, down. 500 people here for this opening match of the day. Thank you very much for joining us, everybody, here at CSGO Fight Night. My name's Squid. Make sure that you drop a follow on this EFL GG channel if you're interested in the content we produce, if you're interested in being part of the EFL GG community. Here's the opening headshot. Ins just instantly drops. That's a change of pace though, because if Grayhound can start hitting these headshots and getting a couple of rounds on the board, this could be contentious once again. And there's a spray down that Imagine misses. You know, Zeph is able to trade it back, but yeah, straight through that box, he gets found. Two of these Grayhound players are very low as well, so this could get flipped on its head very quickly. However, these Order players just aren't going to peek into it. They've got no money, so want to keep alive these rifles for the next round, for the 22nd. You've got a lot of players alive on the Grayhound side, like 4 players, and they already go for the hunt, spawning 8 hats. But how much money are Grayhound really going to put into this one? It doesn't make much more sense to actually invest any more into this one. You've got 2 players who are very low chance of even finding a kill anyway when the CTs are just hidden and tucked away in corners. You've also got Sicko's AK-47, which is good investment. They've not got a lot of money, so everything that they lose, they'd have to also buy up in this next. And when you've got so little rounds, when you're 12 against 9 in comparison, when your opponents are so close to the finish line, you can't afford to be ecoing again. So I would have said surviving with 4 players is more important here for Grayhound. They did invest 1 guy, risk him, but they lost a gamble. I like this angle, yeah. Zeph drops, and it's Grayhound once again finding a couple of pickups. Let's see if Order can hold down the line. It starts with this Deagle and this AWP. The orb swings in, and what a collat! Alistair straight through the faces of 2. Dick Stacy drops, teammates gone, and this round gets flipped on its head off the back of 1 bullet. Imagine now has to hold up the line, and he is still here in contention. The bomb in the open, and this might be Order carrying it through to 13. I don't see how Grayhound can return, and Imagine and Ince both firing simultaneously, firing off against the next two players. That's Grayhound crushed on the A-bomb site. And all off the back of the AWP. Great play from Alistair there. His timing was phenomenal. You could see him just poking into that Molotov, waiting for it to dissipate, and as soon as it went, you had two players lining up for him. That's the flip over. The aforementioned eco from Grayhound, if they had just lost that travesty of a round, which of course they did. Rees, again, pretty confused why they didn't smoke that angle off. I think they were just expecting the Molotov to do the job and then nobody to peek off the back of it. They should have definitely had a smoke. Even if it was aggressive, straight into jungle, if they threw it to the Molotov, that would have worked. I don't see AWP station towards mid to eliminate Dexter. It's going to be so hard for them to get onto the B site again. Borderline impossible. This defense is pretty sturdy towards his side of the map. You've got a nice crossfire, but finding that first pick, let's see if the spray down can actually work out. Dick Stacy able to steal away another kill. Bomb not going down just yet. They want to bait the rifles inwards. And Dick Stacy, can he actually find another pick? He can't before the bomb goes down. Taps the digits in. And remember, this is so important. Fires through that smoke, doesn't connect. Dick Stacy very low, so he has to be worried about going for this peak. Headshot from Imagine, just following those traces on through. And now Urcast needs it all. Taps away. Consistent shots, but Zeph able to survive. Cannot hit the second one, Deek. He would have also needed another, remember. Alistair, full HP. He would have been the next challenge. Fast. And 14-9 Order. One away from map point, one away from taking, or two away from taking this over the line. One minute 30 remains. It's Alistair to chip in. That's a dangerous first shot to hit. Means that Urcast doesn't have any control into Palace. Order wanted to pincer this side of the map, so Grayhound didn't have the pinch behind them if they wanted to go for the A wraparound, which was what Grayhound were electing to do. They have connector control, they've got the bottom of mid, and now they also have that bomb into Palace. But that bomb's all on its own. It could be found very quickly, very swiftly, and Grayhound, this rank can fall apart straight away. Let's see what Zeph is watching for here. He spots out that man towards connector, but looks straight back up towards Palace. And let's see if... Oh, Malta can hit the headshot, though. That's the bomb in place. Of course, this all gonna Imagine not going for the peak, and Sicko dropping also. This bomb has to fall back. He's the last player alive. This is all falling apart from Grayhound. Malta recedes. He's got the bomb and an AK-47 on his back as he tries to rotate in, back through ramp. And let's see if he can challenge this AWP or not. It's Alistair to finish things off. 15-9 and a great game so far from Order. They've got 6 opportunities to close this one out. And Grayhound now need to post a superb T-side if they are going to finish this one off. I can't exactly see it. I think we're going through to map 2 here. And, you know, Order, this has been so convincing. This will be Grayhound's first loss on the board. And they need 1 in 6 to secure that. Grayhound needs 6 in 6 to secure a comeback, and that's only overtime, remember. Then you have to fight again with MR3 10K. I don't even think we should hold our breath or talk about it because I don't think it's going to happen. The first kill already coming in. That's the mid-prod gone. And now Grayhound don't have anybody to challenge at other sides of the map. Malta able to at least find another shot. However, these T's are going to be severely challenged. And as these smokes fade and dissipate, Order are going to be able to chip in once again. The bomb's still not down, and Grayhound need to get these digits in. Alistair spots out the leg and knows that there are 2 men holding. Great play, knows that the second man's peeking through. Tries to go for a fast flick, and Dick Stacey's able to eliminate him. However, a 1 versus 3, and with 50 seconds on the clock, let's see if he can open up. And no, he can. It's Zeph to finish things off. A nice game all round from Order as they pick things up 16-9. 16-9. So Order, good game altogether. Grayhound just couldn't get things rolling, and that was all off the back of that first half. I don't really criticize this T side too much on Grayhound. I don't think that necessarily did too bad. They got the pistol round and then 1 else. They went 1 in 7 actually, or 1 in 8. So that's not a good scoreline. But then when you consider it was 3 in 11, and then their CT side as well was the real problem. It was just Holy and Gappy. You got Order's T side going towards the B site very regularly, and there was nothing to really hold up the game. Either way, we've got more MDL coming up next. It's Astral Influencer versus Off the Grid. You'll see it right after this break.
What's this? Oh my god, it's over. That's over. Mal's career is over. Mal can never play Counter-Strike again. I don't care what happens. He can never play Counter-Strike ever again. That's it. Done.
Now in a 2 versus 3, they need to stop this bomb from being defused, but he's hidden away in cover, and these USPSs can't connect with the shots. Zinkin is still alive and wasting plenty of time. Zori has to hold it up and defend his teammate, but Zinkin's going for these shots. He's trying to do it, but Zori's still on this bomb. He finally gets the defuse. The shot's hit just an instant too late. Immediately in the flank, Poggers have the single USPS on tobacco at the back of this B-bomb site. They obviously need this pickup. Sprout not finding the initial headshots though. It's the Deagle picking instead. Tobacco towards the back of this site, gonna nail another one, and it's only Dennis remaining. He's trying to close in, and Tobacco sideswipes him and finds the headshot. 4-12. Probably stays in. And Tempo Storm's mid-control has really just not come up with any results. He's trying to get that AK. He's still not got it. He's going to run out of bullets before he gets here. He's actually going to give up on the AK.
The bomb planted at the A bomb site, and Avangard with opportunities to close his series off. Now, Kicker, he's challenged up close and personal. There's a follow-up headshot. Just Sirison to keep this one alive, and he has the AWP posted in his hand. Follow-up flick. There's the first, and he has time on this clock. The Molotov placed, and that is nicely poised. Sanji here on the defuse. It's Sirison trying to bait the player out, but Sanji doesn't go for the peek. Instead, it's the AWP loading and the headshot. Sirison, can he find this bomb? Yeah, there it is.
do anything so far, and this might all be over. They have to go for the they have to go for the 4, sorry, in this 17th, and Swisher, he puts we're going A. What an absolute joker. And obviously they are, but ripping straight through once again. There are the shots. Swisher as well, dealing a damaging blow to both their, well, economy, their faces, and also their pride. This has been a very one-sided game. Monty last alive, and they're just going to try and finish him off. 15-2. This one's over. It's really down to HS to be the majority of this defense here. He needs to really heat up and hit some headshots here. Exactly like what it says on the tin. There's the first one. Nice flick upwards, and HS doing all the damage. What was that? HS with a quad kill. He's going absolutely off the rails. Do anything so far, and this might all be over. They have to go for the they have to go for the 4, sorry, in this 17th, and Swisher, he puts we're going A. What an absolute joker. And obviously they are, but ripping straight through once again. There are the shots. Swisher as well, dealing a damaging blow to both their, well, economy, their faces, and also their pride. This has been a very one-sided game. Monty last alive, and they're just going to try and finish him off. 15-2. This one's over.
Charging him down. MBK with a opening headshot. Quicker drops. I don't know if they know that this AWP is up close and personal, but they certainly do now. Jane fires in. There's a second shot. Oh, and Jane does everything. Lines up 3 and 4 players. Unbelievable. The A bomb site gets shut down. How does he manage it? Every single angle covered.
Very aggressive this time. Trying to smoke, and he finds the second. Oh, the third! Knock! Hitting everything! Almost hits the 4th. Beautiful and brutal on this B-bomb site. He doesn't really know that he's not defusing just yet. He has to bait out the second man as well. There's the kit and the smoke. I think he might be able to do this. He does bait him out. Oh, there's the headshot! Nicely done, Existence Galaxy.
Clutch scenario. Order. Really looking for another round right here. Valiance is one shot away with any gun today. Oh my goodness! INS shoots right over his head. Oh my god, he was one bullet away. And suddenly it's 9-1. Valiance showing off some backwards bunny hopping skills. Oh, that was right above his head.
But Mixwell still has to sneak his way out of A main, and he's got company from behind. That nade right over the top isn't going to do anything, but a fast flick on one. Oh, in the second, Mixwell blasts his way out of that situation with a pair of frags and 28 HP to his name. Now he needs to rotate towards the B bomb site. He's only got 10 seconds left on the clock. I'm not sure he's got enough time for this one. That bomb takes 4 seconds to plant, and he needs to get it last possible second. How does he manage it? Now the rotate has to come through. A 1 versus 3 that seemed impossible earlier now seems almost probable. It might be pistol in hand to try and crack this one. Makes his way through. It's Deagle out instead. Him closing up the distance. Even behind in the flick. We've got Relaxer coming from behind. He's on short.
Goodbye.
There's the opener shot hit. The bomb is planted right for him. He's got this angle nailed down and lined up. They need to just bait a shot out of him.
Goodbye.
Here, and oh, there it is, but he nails it straight up. So just before the Molotov goes down, he needs to stop this. Oh, and he has stopped the defuse from coming in. Another shot from Relaxer, who does everything. A quad kill. A 1 versus 4 on the A bomb site. And that is map and match point. We've got Relaxer coming from behind. He's on short.
Goodbye.
There's the opener shot hit. The bomb is planted right for him. He's got this angle nailed down and lined up. They need to just bait a shot out of him.
Goodbye.
And, oh, there it is, but he nails it straight up. So just before the Molotov goes down, he needs to stop this. Oh, and he has stopped the defuse from coming in. Another shot from Relaxer, who does everything. A quad kill, a 1 versus 4 on the A bomb site. And that is map and match point.
What's this? Oh my god, it's over. That's over. Mal's career is over. Mal can never play Counter-Strike again. I don't care what happens. He can never play Counter-Strike ever again. That's it. Done.
Now in a 2 versus 3, they need to stop this bomb from being defused, but he's hidden away in cover, and these USPSs can't connect with the shots. Zinkin is still alive and wasting plenty of time. Zori has to hold it up and defend his teammate, but Zinkin's going for these shots. He's trying to do it, but Zori's still on this bomb. He finally gets the defuse. The shots hit just an instant too late. Immediately in the flank, Poggers have the single USPS on tobacco at the back of this B bomb site. They obviously need this pickup. Sprout not finding the initial headshots though. It's the Deagles picking instead. Tobacco towards the back of this site, gonna nail another one, and it's only Dennis remaining. He's trying to close in, and Tobacco sideswipes him and finds the headshot. 4-12. Probably stays in. And Tempo Storm's mid control has really just not come up with any results. He's trying to get that AK. He's still not got it. He's going to run out of bullets before he gets here. He's actually going to give up on the AK.
The bomb planted at the A bomb site, and Avangard with opportunities to close his series off. Now, Kicker, he's challenged up close and personal. There's a follow-up headshot. Just Sirison to keep this one alive, and he has the AWP posted in his hand. Follow-up flick. There's the first, and he has time on this clock. The Molotov placed, and that is nicely poised. Sanji here on the defuse. It's Sirison trying to bait the player out, but Sanji doesn't go for the peek. Instead, it's the AWP loading and the headshot. Sirison, can he find this bomb? Yeah, there it is.
Anything so far, and this might all be over. They have to go for the they have to go for the 4, sorry, in this 17th, and Swisher, he puts we're going A. What an absolute joker. And obviously they are, but ripping straight through once again. There are the shots. Swisher as well, dealing a damaging blow to both their, well, economy, their faces, and also their pride. This has been a very one-sided game. Monty last alive, and they're just going to try and finish him off. 15-2. This one's over. It's really down to HS to be the majority of this defense here. He needs to really heat up and hit some headshots here. Exactly like what it says on the tin. There's the first one. Nice flick upwards, and HS doing all the damage. What was that? HS with a quad kill. He's going absolutely off the rails. do anything so far, and this might all be over. They have to go for the they have to go for the 4, sorry, in this 17th, and Swisher, he puts we're going A. What an absolute joker. And obviously they are, but ripping straight through once again. There are the shots. Swisher as well, dealing a damaging blow to both their, well, economy, their faces, and also their pride. This has been a very one-sided game. Monty last alive, and they're just going to try and finish him off. 15-2. This one's over.
Charging him down. MBK with a opening headshot. Quicker drops. I don't know if they know that this AWP is up close and personal, but they certainly do now. Jane fires in. There's a second shot. Oh, and Jane does everything. Lines up 3 and 4 players. Unbelievable. The A bomb site gets shut down. How does he manage it? Every single angle covered.
Attack him away. Stuff in the pit. He can't find it. Very aggressive this time. He's trying to smoke, and he finds the second flick. Oh, the third! Lord! Doing everything! Almost hits the 4th. Lethal and brutal on this B bomb site. He doesn't really know that he's not defusing just yet. He has to bait out the second man as well. There's the kit and the smoke. I think he might be able to do this. He does bait him out. Oh, there's the headshot! Nicely done, Existence Galaxy.
E1. Clutch scenario. Order. Really looking for another round right here. Valiance is one shot away with any gun today. Oh my goodness! INS shoots right over his head. Oh my god, he was one bullet away. And suddenly it's 9-1. Valiant showing off some backwards bunny hopping skills. Oh, that was right above his head.
But Mixwell still has to sneak his way out of A main, and he's got company from behind. That nade right over the top isn't going to do anything but a fast flick on one. Oh, in the second, Mixwell blasts his way out of that situation with a pair of frags and 28 HP to his name. Now he needs to rotate towards the B bomb site. He's only got 10 seconds left on the clock. I'm not sure he's got enough time for this one. That bomb takes 4 seconds to plant, and he needs to get it last possible second. How does he manage it? Now the rotate has to come through. A 1 versus 3 that seemed impossible earlier now seems almost probable. And it might be pistol in hand to try and crack this one. Makes his way through. It's Deagle out instead. Him closing up the distance. Even behind in the flick. We've got Relaxer coming from behind. He's on short.
Goodbye.
And there's the opener shot hit. The bomb is planted right for him. He's got this angle nailed down and lined up. They need to just bait a shot out of it.
Goodbye.
And, oh, there it is, but he nails it straight up. So, just before the Molotov goes down, he needs to stop this. Oh, and he has stopped the defuse from coming in. Another shot from Relaxer, who does everything! A quad kill! A 1 versus 4 on the A bomb site. And that is map and match point. We've got Relaxer coming from behind. He's on short.
Goodbye.
And there's the opener shot hit. The bomb is planted right for him. He's got this angle nailed down and lined up. They need to just bait a shot out of it.
Goodbye.
And, oh, there it is, but he nails it straight up. So, just before the Molotov goes down, he needs to stop this. Oh, and he has stopped the defuse from coming in. Another shot from Relaxer, who does everything! A quad kill! A 1 versus 4 on the A bomb site. And that is map and match point.
What's this? Oh my god, it's over. That's over. Mal's career is over. Mal can never play Counter-Strike again. I don't care what happens. He can never play Counter-Strike ever again. That's it. Done.
now in a 2 versus 3. They need to stop this bomb from being defused, but he's hidden away in cover, and these USPSs can't connect with the shots. Zinkin is still alive and wasting plenty of time. Sorry, has to hold it up and defend his teammate, but Zinkin's going for these shots. He's trying to do it, but Sorry's still on this bomb. He finally gets the defuse. The shots hit just an instant too late. Immediately in the flank, Poggers have the single USPS on tobacco at the back of this B bomb site. They obviously need this pickup. Sprag not finding the initial headshots though. It's the Deagles picking instead. Tobacco towards the back of this site, gonna nail another one, and it's only Dennis remaining. He's trying to close in, and Tobacco sideswipes him and finds the headshot. 4-12. Poggers stays in. And Tempo Storm's mid control has really just not come up with any results. He's trying to get that AK. He's still not got it. He's going to run out of bullets before he gets here. He's actually going to give up on the AK.
Hello and welcome everybody, welcome back to Game 2. It's CSGO Fight Night and Astral Influence versus Off the Grid takes centre stage here today. I think this is going to be a exceptional match here. Of course, we've got two teams who aren't too hot here in the MDL. Both teams have had their own individual struggles, and I think Astral Influence just won the knife round, so they're going to be starting on, I don't know, I think they're starting on that CT side, but I don't know if they've done the swap just yet. We should be getting back into this game in just a few moments, of course. Live with the pistol round here. One of the most important rounds of the game, obviously, to start things off. Off the Grid starts on that CT side, so I think Astral Influence might have even won that knife and then picked T side, so that's interesting for their confidence. This is obviously a smaller game than any of the Grayhound matches that we've previously seen. Grayhound will be taking centre stage in about an hour's time, where they'll play another 2 best of ones here in the MDL. They'll be playing most of the best of ones for here on out, being obviously absent over at the Major for quite a long time. How the hell is Bednock not dead? He instantly falls away from that. And with the flash in, that aids for the cross. The bomb just needs to go down here, but the P250 from Echo trying to spray from a long distance. Paris can't capitalize. It's Off the Grid. Does find another headshot. Both these T's are very low also. Obviously, rough games for both teams so far in the MDL, but Sill's not going to let that happen once again. Headshot instantly nailed, and that's the round pretty much completely over. That was a nice couple of pickups there. 1-0 on the board for Sill, just a lightning fast headshot, and of course you need to be getting those points on the board early. He does exactly that. It was mainly that triple kill from Paris which was able to secure the round, but Off the Grid with a nice start. Let's see what Affluence, or let's see what Influence can do in the second, apart from knife their teammates. That damage is never nice. And just pushing towards mid, Paris wants a big spray down, but he's got company in the back. It's the Glocks, and remember these Glocks, when gang together, can actually be very deadly. Echo salvages an AUG, and Cookie's already picked up a FAMAS, so both these players with heavy weaponry. It's that FAMAS to chip in against Nova. Look, Def Just watching this angle down. And there's a shot from long range. He tries to move in for the second man as well. Lots of damage. There's the frag. And all 3 for death. That's a lot of money in his pocket. 800 per kill, remember. So $7,000 on the board. And he should go for follow-up reinvestment here. Great start. That's actually Jamba, his death. So, good start. The Astral Influence side could start struggling if this defense builds a brick wall. Don't know why Sorb is peeking that aggressively. There was no opportunity there for him to survive. You could see Echo. He had the angle absolutely posted, and he was tapping away at his face. Sometimes on the CT side, you just need to play a little more passive. And despite being 2-0 up, they do go for, well, a pistol in this one. It shows how stretched their economy is. Death could have actually dropped for Strauchan there. I don't know why he didn't. However, 2-0 off the grid. Let's see what they can do. They're obviously trying to build something up with a bit of longevity. Something for the rest of this half. Strouch instantly nails that headshot. And there is an AK fallen towards Connector. However, he doesn't go back for it. He wants to hold ground with the Deeg instead. I want to see him go back for that primary weapon though, that rifle. It's hidden back, but he's going in for more peaks. I don't know why. He's now being challenged and goes down. He might have just lost this round for his team despite finding 2 frags, just off the back of not salvaging that AK. I don't know why he didn't. However, this nade gonna force Bedonka out right into the angle. Still just wasn't ready for it. I don't know what that round was from off the grid. That was so messy. You had the players towards Connector caught off guard completely. A playkeeper to Deagle had hand instead of trading out to an AK-47. And then the player who threw that Molotov in wasn't ready to take the peek. Just very confusing. All over for off the grid. And again, Echo just going for very long peaks. Him and Sorb seem to want to give their opponents a trade, and those shots are incredibly messy. The AK-47 can't connect onto Connector. Cookie down to 1 HP. That should be an easy shot to find, however. Straight behind the line, it will be the bomb going down. Inno with a follow-up frag. Strangely going down. It's now Inno towards the back of the site. Does pick up another one. He is just going aggressively for more and more picks. He's found 2 kills already and just so confident right now. Astral Influence should be 2-2 on the board, of course. There's not going to be anything that Jamba can do with this one. He's not got enough time to get into the site, and he doesn't have the kit or the weapon to be able to make this round happen. 2-2. He just wants to save a weapon, and he does save a MAC-10. So not really the gun he was looking for. I think he was aiming for an AK-47, but 2-2. Where is off the grid's response? Finding some damage off the grid, just going down there. Strangely can't even find that kill. Trying to rush through the smoke, and it just doesn't work out. 2-2, and Astral Influence about to make this 3. I don't think that Paris and Still can get back in here. They probably had to save. However, they're both going to fall. Cookie with lightning fast headshots, and Astral now starting to get back on the board. Remember, this is one of the smaller games that we've got today. So we've got Grayhound coming next. Make sure that you stay tuned for that one, because that is going to be a what a great match. We've got a couple of decent matches coming up. Third and fourth here today, not fourth and fifth. Breakaway going to be playing Grayhound. That's another really high-level match. And then off the grid versus Grayhound. I'm not sure how close that one's going to be. I think that Grayhound's probably just going to roll over that match. However, the Breakaway Grayhound might actually be quite interesting. You've got Breakaway, who's doing quite well in the MDL. And obviously Grayhound. They're Grayhound. They've just lost that previous game, so I wouldn't be surprised if we could see a challenge. However, Astra influence with AK-47s at all accords. It's off the grid with the pistols to try and hold down the line. As the instant return. Pasted LEM says, I never understood how people tilt in betting so early. You know, you got your money on the line. It's like an emotional thing. But Uncrolls has these angles for the instant spray down laid in. However, it's a little bit messy at hitting them. So there's the final kill. 4-2. A nice start from Astra Influence. After losing that pistol round, it's often very difficult to get back on the board. However, they've managed it. They've got now the AK-47s. They've got a nice amount of cash after a couple of convincing rounds. And off the grid now need to return. Now need to show us what they're made of. And so far, the CT side has been shaky at best. Astro Influence going into the A-bomb site here. They're going to walk into somewhat of a stack. If the nades and smokes are nicely placed, they could cut the two from jungle off. And that means that the short player can also peek and look in. Sorb's the only player like directly on the bomb site. However, as the smokes pile in, that might change. Off the grid might be forced forward. Sorb very close on the attack here. Needs to find some fast shots. There's a second pickup. 2 headshots is enough. However, let's see if Astral can actually battle back here. The off the grid side playing very passive. And Eco just moving straight through. Great 2 kill. And now they need to make the 2 versus 2 happen. Eccles watching and waiting right beside Connector. He can defend for this bomb to go down. He's found 2 already, and there's the follow-up spray down. Sil finds 1 in response. He's very low, and Echo now needs a quad kill. Sil, 1 bullet right towards the brain would work. However, with that nade in, will that work? Oh, will. Another Kobe. Echo, beautiful stuff. 5-2, and everything off the back of that quad kill. The nade right over the top, arced into position. Pommer says, great commentary, man. Thank you very much. Great chatting, man. I think that you're doing a great job in chat. So 2-5, and a bunch of Deagles on this off the grid side. 4 lots of Kevlar. They've gone for minimal investment in this just to even up the cash. So they've got a buy in the 9th, but they're not too pressured here in the 8th. They want a little bit of weaponry to use and utilize. And Cookie even instantly finding the kill onto mid. Forces the second player out with the Molotov. Surprised that he doesn't find that frag there. However, 2-5. Deagle holding down the line. Instantly drops. Remember, off the grid. They haven't really been too convincing so far. Maybe with these Deagles, they can change things. It's a 5-7 in Deagle holding down the line. 2 versus 3. Badonka in with the nade as well. Their utility usage has actually been quite impressive so far. The nades towards the A bomb site, especially the smokes and flashes, have been pretty damn decent. Sorb goes for the repeak and gets punished. Now it's only Paris. Remember, he's got that deagle in hand, and both these players quite low. He could do this here. He needs to find the damage, and he is missing, but hits the follow-up shot. Just Badonka left, and he needs to move his way into position. Swings around this right angle, and the deagle can't connect, cannot capitalize. 10 seconds remaining, and Badonka just steals it away. 6-2. How did that deagle not connect? He was given about 500 chances. But 6-2. Double AWP setup for off the grid. This is to change up the pace that they've gone for. Here in the first half, Astro Influence is dominating. However, smokes and flashes right over the top. They're going to try and charge onto this A bomb site. How can off the grid stand up? It's Jamba right down below. He needs to do more than just this one. There's a spray down. Does actually pick up a pair of frags like he did last time, and now it's an AWP up close and personal. 2 and 3. Nice flicks, fast frags, and Sorb able to hold down the line. 3-6. It's the double AWP once again for off the grid. Worked in the previous round. Strouchins wasn't able to move into position, but of course Sorb was. 3 kills for him. Nicely done. And of course, you can't find that A site if you've got an AWP finding 3 kills, and then especially if you've got a player under dark who's actually doing damage. Cookie with nice openings towards mid. That's the AWP god. They're playing their standard double up setup this time, throwing it. Oh, Sorb! What the hell was that flick? Death actually finds his teammate. That's Jamba committing treason. However, 2 versus 2. Astro Influence, very low on HP here. Cookie's only got 10. However, you know he's fast with those headshots, and he might be even faster with that AWP. Remember, that's one-shot kill, so he kind of evens the playing field here. I like that clever Molotov. There's nobody hidden towards Kitchen, but if there were, then they're forced out into his M4, into his AWP, sorry, and there's nothing that you can really do about that. It's the bomb down on A. Gonna go for the most open plan here. No idea how Badonka gets away with that. However, slips towards the back of the A bomb site, and I think Jamba's heart's gonna drop when he sees where this bomb is planted. It's straight inside. He doesn't spot him out towards Ninja. However, he has to take the crossfire between both Ninja and Ramp. Where's he going for? Oh, that Molotov's going to work wonders. Badonka forced out, and that AWP misses as well. Hits the second headshot, and already on the defuse, Cookie needs to move his way in. However, the defuse has happened. Pros don't fake, and a 4th on the board for off the grid. Four to 6. Shotgun off the grid. We've got just 2 rifles for Astro Influence. Sorb already finding a bit of damage. He moves towards underpass and tries to get the triple spray down. That could have been beautiful. Paris does find 2 headshots, but that should be enough. You've got the whole of A site crushed, and our Astro Influence are going to be forced into B. That nade was perfect, and with Sorb finding shots as well, it's the nade to pour in to find the final man. Inno drops, and that is 5 to 6. Off the grid now, closing up the gap. The pushes towards mid. 5 lots of rifles, not standing up, but the bomb does drop. And now off the grid with an opportunity. He can just hold it with this shotgun, but move straight out. And once to get closer or towards Rambo. It's way too long range. He still steals away a kill. I don't know how that's even possible, but it is just still remaining. So 5 to 6. A 1 versus 3. He's playing over in jungle and he's about to walk into this orb. Oh, Zerts. Just about misses. But challenge once again and he misses again. It's still getting away. He needs to count his lucky stars there. Doesn't even find anything. When you have an AWP who just misses like that, you need to be capitalizing on those positions. Otherwise, there's no point in going for those peaks. You might as well just save. Nade bounces in. Nicely hits a headshot. Remember, this is just the Eagles on the off-the-grid side. Their defense has crumbled once again. And apart from a couple of 1Ds, aren't able to do all too much. But that drops the bomb on the A side. 2 versus 2. And let's see if Paris can swing in from behind. An AK-47 salvaged. And Zert, his position has been compromised. He finds a spray down on man number 1. However, fully flashed. He needs to move into a different position for Jamba, who hasn't salvaged a weapon just yet. He's moved towards jungle. Zert hasn't spotted it. They trade places. But will Jamba know that he's gone towards CT spawn? He's changed up his angle completely. And over towards stairs. The flashbang out as well. Death gets spotted. Deagle in hand, remember. So 1-shot kill potential. However, 8 to 5. It's the AK to spray down instead. 5-8. Good. And I think we might be on the road towards a slightly dominant half with Astro influence. A 10-5 is still a possibility. That's a good half for them. 8-7 could be decent as well. However, that does give off the grid chances in the second half. I feel like Astro influence do have this game right now. However, comeback's always possible. And off the grid have gone so aggressive with their money. Again, another buy. It's Deagles and Kevlar, and this has not been working out for them. If they had played a little more conservatively and hidden away their cash, tried to save and tried to go for a full buy, I think that they would have had more than just this 5 rounds. Playing aggressively doesn't always mean more rounds that you win. However, this time it's sort of up close and personal, trying to take aggressive tags with the AWP, but Echo, last bullet, finally finds him. Knows where death is as well. It's Jamba close to this site and probably needs a fast flick. Oh, there's the capitalization. Echo able to spray him down. 9 to 5, and that one did get hairy. Off the grid are always finding at least a couple of kills, and I think that's what's baiting them into going for follow-up buys. You know, it's 9-5 right now, with 5 lots of AK-47s. You've got the Nova, Triple Deagle, 1 Thanos on their side, and Inno instantly hits that headshot. It's Inno for another, as Astro Influence looking to secure 10. It's the smokes going down. What is that? Strouch-any? Strouch-any? Yeah, I actually agree with what Pasted LEM put in chat just then. Off the grid, get the advantages and then can't win the clutches. That's true. They've had a lot of advantages. Even when they've had pistols, their rounds have actually been pretty flawless. However, they just haven't been able to close. So this round will be 10 to 5. There's no way back in this one for Paris. Doesn't have enough time or enough health or enough weaponry. Zerts is able to finish him off. So 10 to 5 as Astro Influence dominate at the end of the first. Second half here. Astro Influence 6 away from the victory here. This has been a very quick opening half. And now off the grid. Let's see what they can do on attack. Astro Influence were just incredibly quick, incredibly fast and dominating. And, you know, instantly with the opening pick. Can't hit the tags onto the follow-up players, however. With these Glocks, as they get up close and personal, you have to be very wary of them. Cookie able to spray down another. As they keep the man advantage, Astro Influence now have opportunities. However, the wrap comes in towards the B-bomb site. And Astro Influence do actually have players left, right, and centre. Already stacking a man into apps. That's Cookie coming in from behind. And now the Glocks have to hold up with the crossfire. And Death does exactly that. Finally gets capitalised. 1 versus 2. ESEA, gets assassinated from behind. Shot right in the brain. Back of the head style. And Cookie eliminates him like a Sontaran. You have to like bash him in the back of the head. 11-5. As Off the Grid is struggling, I also am. Doctor Who references. That's how you know the commentator's struggling. He puts that in. Pasted LEM says, finally someone pronounces my name right. That guy keeps just running into the enemy. I feel like Astro will have a dominant CT side. So far it has been, just with that pistol. And Off the Grid, obviously pressured to go for a buy here, because if they don't, it's so far behind. You know, instantly finds that shot, and he kind of baits him into the second man. It's Echo, who's over here. The MP9's doing just tremendous damage. Paris could actually find a couple. This is long range. However, the MP9s, once again, when they chip in simultaneously, they're so damaged. You know, the fire rate on 1 is through the roof. So 3 firing at the same time is just a little too hot to handle. 11 now about to be 12-5. Let's see what Seal can do. He just walks into the M4. 12-5, that aforementioned scoreline on the board. Astro Influence need 4 here. And if that happens, we wouldn't have even really seen what Off the Grid could do on this T side. Remember, they kind of just started off slow, and they've continued that snail pace towards the end of the game. Flashes right over the top. And Off the Grid about to push into these 2 members of Astro Influence here. It's that nade. Horrible nades. Doing just so much damage. Zertz and Cookie just absolutely annihilating these players. Paris will be able to possibly steal a bomb plant here, but picks up the M4 and wants to get aggressive and contentious. He doesn't want bomb plants. He wants rounds. He wants kills. He wants blood. It's Echo moving in from the back, and he will spot out this bomb, and now they'll know that he probably has got aggressive. Badonka literally badonks him. His name is so onomatopoeic. It's great. 3 needed, and Astro Influence, I think that it's safe to say that they should be able to just take this one over the line here. Off the Grid haven't been able to stand up so far this game whatsoever. And now with a bunch of rifles, let's see what they can do for potentially their final full buy round. Let's see, Orc towards mid. Can't even find the kill there. That should be a guaranteed pickup. But, you know, survives. But the kill towards B actually comes through. Still doing a nice job here. Back towards mid. Echo, only 1 and done. He doesn't decide to fall into the second man who was playing here. That was Strangchi. He just wanted to capitalise and equalise, and to Seal with another opening towards the B-bomb site. This guy worth his weight in gold in the 19th. (13-5), 3 versus 3. Badonka just playing at the back of this site by Ninja. Like that follow-up, it's Jamba to find picks and trying to tap towards mid. He spots out the second man. That's in connector, so they know that there's a second player towards the A bomb site. And this bomb, is kind of stuck on short still. They don't really know it. I don't know if Badonk actually spotted that bomb when he dropped the player, possibly through his mini-map. However, yeah, stuck in apps. This is going to be a very difficult round for Strangey. How's he going to find this last man? He needs to burrow him out, and he's only got 15 seconds to do that and find the bomb plant. So he moves up towards apps. However, yeah, Cookie is waiting here. He can instantly go for that repeat. He hasn't checked bench or many other angles here, so there's the spray down. 14-5, and Astra Influence, yeah, starting to post a good CT side also. You've got a couple of players above this 18 kill marker. Badonk and Cookie both on 18, Echo up to 21 frags. Up above 20 frags at this stage of the game is good. You're finding 1 kill per round. That is a very strong performance, and nobody on off the grid can brag about that. They have to go for a follow-up buy here. It will be the attempted A take. They haven't got many nades to do this. I don't think they've got a single smoke in their arsenal. They've thrown one towards the top of stairs, but this is such a gappy attack, such a broken T side that now the Orc can try and pick through. I think the Inno's probably going to make short work of them because they have to go for these crosses here against him, and they don't have anything to cut off visual. They've literally got one flash between them. So unless that pops right into his face, if that pops inside his eyeballs, maybe he could get blinded enough for somebody to make the cross. However, you've got the player towards Palace, 2 on ramp, and Inno should be able to spot them out on the cross. There's the first. And now they know that they have to challenge this AWP threat. He's watching from above. Actually even using that body for cover. You can do that over connector. However, Sub swings in. That drops the bomb also. I don't think that that was properly thought out. However, Death needs to get back to this C4. And he can't do it against Inno, who finds the 15th round here for Astra Influence. This has been a very good game for the Australian CT side. They were the favourites coming into this one. I don't think that they were this strong favourites to where they were probably going to win it by a 10 to 11 round margin. However, that has happened, and they just need to get over the finish line here. They've got 10 opportunities to do so. Towards mid. This is could have been a nice pickup. Jamba just misses a shot though. Through that smoke you can't really see much. So with Inno stealing away that kill, he has to take the other angle, looking towards short, not window. And now with a man down off the grid, need to change up their approach. And I think it might be towards the B bomb site. You've got a defender already holding here though. It's Sorb to watch down the angle, watch down the line. 2 players from Astro just eagerly watching and waiting. As the clock ticks down below a minute, Sil instantly gets dropped. It's just that bomb towards Apps as, you know, Paris's AK towards A probably isn't going to run that much distraction. Sorb drops, that's a C4 gone. Now Paris needs to do anything and everything on his lonesome. A 1 versus 3, and Inno's able to finish him as well. 16-5, and that was a dominating map. And that puts off the grid, not in the best position in the world, remember. So far in the MDL, they haven't really got any real wins on the board. That's them at 2 to 14, sorry. And Astro Influence, they're 8 to 8. So opportunities for them to actually get into this top 8. Winning games like this convincingly is exactly what you need. You need that round difference because that is where, that's the department that Astro Influence is really struggling in right now, lagging behind Riot and Skyfire. They've had similar results, but it's a battle for this top 8 here at the MDL. We've got 2 more games remaining. Grayhound, they're going to be taking center stage next as they face Breakaway right after this break.
What's this? Oh my god, it's over. That's over. Mal's career is over. Mal can never play Counter-Strike again. I don't care what happens. He can never play Counter-Strike ever again. That's it. Done.
now in a 2 versus 3. They need to stop this bomb from being defused, but he's hidden away in cover, and these USPSs can't connect with the shots. Zinken is still alive and wasting plenty of time. Zori has to hold it up and defend his teammate, but Zinken's going for these shots. He's trying to do it, but Zori's still on this bomb. He finally gets the defuse. The shots hit just an instant too late. Immediately in the flank, Poggers have the single USPS on tobacco at the back of this B bomb site. They obviously need this pickup. Spray not finding the initial headshots though. It's the Deagles that are picking instead. Tobacco towards the back of this site, gonna nail another one, and it's only Dennis remaining. He's trying to close in, and Tobacco sideswipes him and finds the headshot. 4-12. Poggers stays in. And Tempo Storm's mid-control has really just not come up with any results. He's trying to get that AK. He's still not got it. He's going to run out of bullets before he gets here. He's actually going to give up on the AK.
The bomb planted at the A bomb site, and Avantgarde with opportunities to close his series off. Now, Kicker, he's challenged up close and personal. There's a follow-up headshot. Just Sirison to keep this one alive, and he has the AWP posted in his hand. Follow-up flick. There's the first, and he has time on this clock. The Molotov placed, and that is nicely poised. Sanji here on the defuse. It's Sirison trying to bait the player out, but Sanji doesn't go for the peek. Instead, it's the AWP loading and the headshot. Sirison, can he find this bomb? Yeah, there it is.
Do anything so far, and this might all be over. They have to go for the they have to go for the 4, sorry, in this 17th, and Swisher, he puts we're going A. What an absolute joker, and obviously they are, but ripping straight through once again. There are the shots. Swisher as well, dealing a damaging blow to both their, well, economy, their faces, and also their pride. This has been a very one-sided game. Monty last alive, and they're just going to try and finish him off. 15-2. This one's over. It's really down to HS to be the majority of this defense here. He needs to really heat up and hit some headshots here. Exactly like what it says on the tin. There's the first one. Nice flick upwards, and HS doing all the damage. What was that? HS with a quad kill. He's going absolutely off the rails. Do anything so far, and this might all be over. They have to go for the they have to go for the 4, sorry, in this 17th, and Swisher, he puts we're going A. What an absolute joker, and obviously they are, but ripping straight through once again. There are the shots. Swisher as well, dealing a damaging blow to both their, well, economy, their faces, and also their pride. This has been a very one-sided game. Monty last alive, and they're just going to try and finish him off. 15-2. This one's over.
Charging him down. MBK with a opening headshot. Quicker drops. I don't know if they know that this AWP is up close and personal, but they certainly do now. Jane fires in. There's a second shot. Oh, and Jane does everything. Lines up 3 and 4 players. Unbelievable. The A bomb site gets shut down. How does he manage it? Every single angle covered.
Tap him away. Stuff in the pit. Can't find it. Not very aggressive this time. He's trying to smoke, and he finds the second. Oh, the third! Not! Doing everything! Almost hits the 4th. Lethal and brutal. defuse on this B-bomb site. He doesn't really know that he's not defusing just yet. He has to bait out the second man as well. There's the kit and the smoke. I think he might be able to do this. He does bait him out. Oh, there's the headshot. Nicely done, Existence Galaxy.
E1. Clutch scenario. Order. Really looking for another round right here. Valiance is one shot away with any gun to do. Oh my goodness! INS shoots right over his head. Oh my god, he was one bullet away. And suddenly it's 9-1. Valiant showing off some backwards bunny hopping skills. Oh, that was right above his head.
But Mixwell still has to sneak his way out of A main, and he's got company from behind. That nade right over the top isn't going to do anything, but a fast flick on 1-0 in the second. Mixwell blasts his way out of that situation with a pair of frags and 28 HP to his name. Now he needs to rotate towards the B bomb site. He's only got 10 seconds left on the clock. I'm not sure he's got enough time for this one. That bomb takes 4 seconds to plant, and he needs to get it last possible second. How does he manage it? Now the rotate has to come through. A 1 versus 3 that seemed impossible earlier now seems almost probable. And it might be pistol in hand to try and crack this one. Makes his way through. It's Deagle out instead. Him closing up the distance. Even behind in the flick. We've got Relaxer coming from behind. He's on short.
Goodbye.
And there's the opener shot hit. The bomb is planted right for him. He's got this angle nailed down and lined up. They need to just bait a shot out of him.
Goodbye.
And, oh, there it is, but he nails it straight up. So, just before the Molotov goes down, he needs to stop this. Oh, and he has stopped the defuse from coming in. Another shot from Relaxer, who does everything! A quad kill! A 1 versus 4 on the A bomb site. And that is map and match point. We've got Relaxer coming from behind. He's on short.
Goodbye.
And there's the opener shot hit. The bomb is planted right for him. He's got this angle nailed down and lined up. They need to just bait a shot out of him.
Goodbye.
And, oh, there it is, but he nails it straight up. So, just before the Molotov goes down, he needs to stop this. Oh, and he has stopped the defuse from coming in. Another shot from Relaxer, who does everything! A quad kill! A 1 versus 4 on the A bomb site. And that is map and match point.
What's this? Oh my god, it's over. That's over. Mal's career is over. Mal can never play Counter-Strike again. I don't care what happens. He can never play Counter-Strike ever again. That's it. Done.
Now in a 2 versus 3, they need to stop this bomb from being defused, but he's hidden away in cover, and these USPSs can't connect with the shots. Zinken is still alive and wasting plenty of time. Zori has to hold it up and defend his teammate, but Zinken's going for these shots. He's trying to do it, but Zori's still on this bomb. He finally gets the defuse. The shots hit just an instant too late. Was immediately in the flank. Poggers have the single USPS on tobacco at the back of this B bomb site. They obviously need this pickup. Spray not finding the initial headshots though. It's the Deagle picking instead. Tobacco towards the back of this site, gonna nail another one, and it's only Dennis remaining. He's trying to close in, and Tobacco sideswipes him and finds the headshot. 4-12. Poggers stays in. And Tempo Storm's mid-control has really just not come up with any results. He's trying to get that AK. He's still not got it. He's going to run out of bullets before he gets here. He's actually going to give up on the AK.
Bomb planted at the A bomb site, and Avantgarde with opportunities to close his series off. Now, Kicker, he's challenged up close and personal. There's a follow-up headshot. Just Sirison to keep this one alive, and he has the AWP posted in his hand. Follow-up flick. There's the first, and he has time on this clock. The Molotov placed, and that is nicely poised. Sanji here on the defuse. It's Sirison trying to bait the player out, but Sanji doesn't go for the peek. Instead, it's the AWP loading and the headshot. Sirison, can he find this bomb? Yep, there it is.
Do anything so far, and this might all be over. They have to go for the they have to go for the 4, sorry, in this 17th, and Swisher, he puts We're Going A. What an absolute joker. And obviously they are, but ripping straight through once again. There are the shots. Swisher as well, dealing a damaging blow to both their, well, economy, their faces, and also their pride. This has been a very one-sided game. Monty last alive, and they're just going to try and finish him off. 15-2. This one's over. It's really down to HS to be the majority of this defense here. He needs to really heat up and hit some headshots here. Exactly like what it says on the tin. There's the first one. Nice flick upwards, and HS doing all the damage. What was that? HS with a quad kill. He's going absolutely off the rails. Do anything so far, and this might all be over. They have to go for the they have to go for the 4, sorry, in this 17th, and Swisher, he puts We're Going A. What an absolute joker. And obviously they are, but ripping straight through once again. There are the shots. Swisher as well, dealing a damaging blow to both their, well, economy, their faces, and also their pride. This has been a very one-sided game. Monty last alive, and they're just going to try and finish him off. 15-2. This one's over.
Charging him down. MBK with a opening headshot. Quicker drops. I don't know if they know that this AWP is up close and personal, but they certainly do now. Jane fires in. There's a second shot. Oh, and Jane does everything. Lines up 3 and 4 players. Unbelievable. The A bomb site gets shut down. How does he manage it? Every single angle covered.
Attack him away. Stuff in the pit. Can't find him. Very aggressive this time. Trying to smoke, and he finds the second flick. Oh, the third! Lord! Doing everything. Almost hits the 4th. Lethal and brutal on this B bomb site. He doesn't really know that he's not defusing just yet. He has to bait out the second man as well. There's the kit and the smoke. I think he might be able to do this. He does bait him out. Oh, there's the headshot! Nicely done, Existence Galaxy.
E1. Clutch scenario. Order. Really looking for another round right here. Valiance is one shot away with any gun today. Oh my goodness! INS shoots right over his head. Oh my god, he was one bullet away. And suddenly it's 9-1. Valiant showing off some backwards bunny hopping skills. Oh, that was right above his head.
But Mixwell still has to sneak his way out of A main, and he's got company from behind. That nade right over the top isn't going to do anything but a fast flick on one. Oh, in the second, Mixwell blasts his way out of that situation with a pair of frags and 28 HP to his name. Now he needs to rotate towards the B bomb site. He's only got 10 seconds left on the clock. I'm not sure he's got enough time for this one. That bomb takes 4 seconds to plant, and he needs to get it last possible second. How does he manage it? Now the rotate has to come through. A 1 versus 3 that seemed impossible earlier now seems almost probable. And it might be pistol in hand to try and crack this one. Makes his way through. It's Deagle out instead. Him closing up the distance. Adrian behind in the flick. We've got Relaxer coming from behind. He's on short.
Goodbye.
And there's the opener shot hit. The bomb is planted right for him. He's got this angle nailed down and lined up. They need to just bait a shot out of him.
Goodbye.
And, oh, there it is, but he nails it straight up. So, just before the Molotov goes down, he needs to stop this. Oh, and he has stopped the defuse from coming in. Another shot from Relaxer, who does everything! A quad kill! A 1 versus 4 on the A bomb site. And that is map and match point. We've got Relaxer coming from behind. He's on short.
Goodbye.
And there's the opener shot hit. The bomb is planted right for him. He's got this angle nailed down and lined up. They need to just bait a shot out of him.
Goodbye.
And, oh, there it is, but he nails it straight up. So, just before the Molotov goes down, he needs to stop this. Oh, and he has stopped the defuse from coming in. Another shot from Relaxer, who does everything! A quad kill! A 1 versus 4 on the A bomb site. And that is map and match point.
What's this? Oh my god, it's over. That's over. Mal's career is over. Mal can never play Counter-Strike again. I don't care what happens. He can never play Counter-Strike ever again. That's it. Done.
Now in a 2 versus 3, they need to stop this bomb from being defused, but he's hidden away in cover, and these USPSs can't connect with the shots. Zinkin is still alive and wasting plenty of time. Sorry, has to hold it up and defend his teammate, but Zinkin's going for these shots. He's trying to do it, but Sorry's still on this bomb. He finally gets the defuse. The shots hit just an instant too late. Was immediately in the flank. Poggers have the single USPS on tobacco at the back of this B-bomb, so they obviously need this pickup. Sprout not finding the initial headshots, though. It's the Deagle picking instead. Tobacco towards the back of this site, gonna nail another one, and it's only Dennis remaining. He's trying to close in, and Tobacco sideswipes him and finds the headshot. 4-12. Probably stays in. And Tempo Storm's mid-control has really just not come up with any results. He's trying to get that AK. He's still not got it. He's going to run out of bullets before he gets here. He's actually going to give up on the AK.
The bomb planted at the A bomb site, and Avantgarde with opportunities to close his series off. Now, Kicker, he's challenged up close and personal. There's a follow-up headshot. Just Sirison to keep this one alive, and he has the AWP posted in his hand. Follow-up flick. There's the first, and he has time on this clock. The Molotov placed, and that is nicely poised. Sanji here on the defuse. It's Sirison trying to bait the player out, but Sanji doesn't go for the peek. Instead, it's the AWP loading and the headshot. Sirison, can he find this bomb? Yeah, there it is.
Do anything so far, and this might all be over. They have to go for the they have to go for the 4, sorry, in this 17th, and Swisher, he puts we're going A. What an absolute joker, and obviously they are, but ripping straight through once again. There are the shots. Swisher as well, dealing a damaging blow to both their, well, economy their faces and also their pride. This has been a very one-sided game. Monty last alive, and they're just going to try and finish him off. 15-2. This one's over. It's really down to HS to be the majority of this defense here. He needs to really heat up and hit some headshots here. Exactly like what it says on the tin. There's the first one. Nice flick upwards, and HS doing all the damage. What was that? HS with a quad kill. He's going absolutely off the rails.
Do anything so far, and this might all be over. They have to go for the they have to go for the 4, sorry, in this 17th, and Swisher, he puts We're Going A. What an absolute joker. And obviously they are, but ripping straight through once again. There are the shots. Swisher as well, dealing a damaging blow to both their, well, economy, their faces, and also their pride. This has been a very one-sided game. Monty last alive, and they're just going to try and finish him off. 15-2. This one's over.
Charging him down. MBK with a opening headshot. Quicker drops. I don't know if they know that this AWP is up close and personal, but they certainly do now. Jane fires in. There's a second shot. Oh, and Jane does everything. Lines up 3 and 4 players. Unbelievable. The A bomb site gets shut down. How does he manage it? Every single angle covered.
Very aggressive this time. Behind the smoke, and he finds the second flick. Oh, and the third! Not doing everything! Almost hits the 4th. Lethal and brutal on this B bomb site. He doesn't really know that he's not defusing just yet. He has to bait out the second man as well. There's the kit and the smoke. I think he might be able to do this. He does bait him out. Oh, there's the headshot! Nicely done, Existence Galaxy.
Clutch scenario. Order. Really looking for another round right here. Valiance is one shot away with any gun to do. Oh my goodness! INS shoots right over his head. Oh my god, he was one bullet away. And suddenly it's 9-1. Valiance showing off some backwards bunny hopping skills. Oh, that was right above his head.
But Mixwell still has to sneak his way out of A main, and he's got company from behind. That nade right over the top isn't going to do anything but a fast flick on one. Oh, in the second, Mixwell blasts his way out of that situation with a pair of frags and 28 HP to his name. Now he needs to rotate towards the B bomb site. He's only got 10 seconds left on the clock. I'm not sure he's got enough time for this one. That bomb takes 4 seconds to plant, and he needs to get it last possible second. How does he manage it? Now the rotate has to come through. A 1 versus 3 that seemed impossible earlier now seems almost probable. And it might be pistol in hand to try and crack this one. Makes his way through. It's Deagle out instead. Him closing up the distance. Even behind in the flick.
We've got Relaxer coming from behind. He's on short.
Goodbye.
There's the opener shot hit. The bomb is planted right for him. He's got this angle nailed down and lined up. They need to just bait a shot out of him.
Goodbye.
And, oh, there it is, but he nails it straight up. So, just before the Molotov goes down, he needs to stop this. Oh, and he has stopped the defuse from coming in. Another shot from Relaxer, who does everything! A quad kill! A 1 versus 4 on the A bomb site. And that is map and match point. We've got Relaxer coming from behind. He's on short.
Goodbye.
There's the opener shot hit. The bomb is planted right for him. He's got this angle nailed down and lined up. They need to just bait a shot out of him.
Goodbye.
And, oh, there it is, but he nails it straight up. So just before the Molotov goes down, he needs to stop this. Oh, and he has stopped the defuse from coming in. Another shot from Relaxer, who does everything. A quad kill, a 1 versus 4 on the A bomb site, and that is map and match point.
Oh, what's this? Oh my god, it's over. That's over. Mal's career is over. Mal can never play Counter-Strike again. I don't care what happens. He can never play Counter-Strike ever again. That's it. Done.
Now in a 2 versus 3, they need to stop this bomb from being defused, but he's hidden away in cover, and these USPSs can't connect with the shots. Zinken is still alive and wasting plenty of time. Zori has to hold it up and defend his teammate, but Zinken's going for these shots. He's trying to do it, but Zori's still on this bomb. He finally gets the defuse. The shots hit just an instant too late. Immediately in the flank, Poggers have the single USPS on tobacco at the back of this B bomb site. They obviously need this pickup. Spray not finding the initial headshots though. It's the Deagles picking instead. Tobacco towards the back of this site, gonna nail another one, and it's only Dennis remaining. He's trying to close in, and Tobacco sideswipes him and finds the headshot. 4-12. Poggers stays in. And Tempo Storm's mid-control has really just not come up with any results. He's trying to get that AK. He's still not got it. He's going to run out of bullets before he gets here. He's actually going to give up on the AK.
Hello and welcome back everybody. You're watching my favourite show, CSGO Fight Night. I'm Squid CS and you're joining me today for what is the third of 4 best of ones here for the ESEA Mountain Dew League. Over in Australia, this is going to be a good one. Grayhound versus Breakaway taking centre stage next. Adrian, you watched that moment, you know, you witnessed that moment, you know. If you do want to clip clips during our broadcasts, we like to use them during the breaks. We want to give you guys some entertainment. At all times, we like the content. And we want to give you something to look at. But this is going to be an interesting game. Of course, over in the red corner, you've got our, I think I could say that there are underdogs today, Breakaway. They're 13-2 in ESEA MDL, and I know that that's a very good record compared to Greyhounds. However, Greyhound, I think they're 4-1 or 5-1 right now after that last game. That was their first loss just a couple of moments ago against Order. I think that Order might even be the strongest team in MDL. It's either them or Greyhound. I would actually say that it's Greyhound. I reconsider it, even though they just took a loss to them. But pretty good rankings there. 96th in the world. And that's comparing when we flip over to Greyhound, of course. They're 28th. So way better in the world scene. That's been actually accentuated by the fact that they appeared at that major, and they've spent 14 weeks in the top 30. So that's no joke. That's no hangabout. However, we're going live in this pistol round. And of course, Breakaway starting on that T side. Greyhound starting on CT. They go for a 3-2 defense as the Glocks close in. Noisia trying to go for that headshot, and it's Llamas to nail instead. Monteroni gets one more before going down, but Dick Stacy towards Banana. We've seen big pistol rounds from him so far in the MDL. However, he does it again. Also at the Major with that USPS towards the top of Banana. He is sometimes a complete monster, and Urcast instantly spots out Noisia there. They know everything. And as he rotates in with the USPS, he has got to check this left angle over in the cubby. Mortar's funneling in from behind. However, he needs to fight his way out. There are the taps. And there's the round. Grayhound looking better than earlier. Yeah, those clips are awesome. I really like those clips, like during the breaks and stuff. They're one of my favorite things that we do during like the breaks and like out of actual in-game, because obviously the in-game stuff rocks, but that other stuff is great as well. Breakaway, 5 lots of Glocks, that single flash on Gyra. He obviously has that flashbang. And a flurry of nades on the Grayhound side, so they've got enough to really hold up. That nade was beautiful. Not sure how much HP Llama's had initially, but that nade's going to do a lot of damage as well. Right onto stairs, rebounded down. Those long nades that just bank inwards are so deadly. Mott's not going to get caught off by this. That's actually a Glock. I'm sure it would do like 0.5 damage if it actually connected. The aim punch isn't really that bragged about with the Glock. And yeah, flash over the top. Not going to be successful. Urcast evades it. And a 2-0 scoreline on the board. Grayhound with a good second round. Keeps a lot of players alive. Now they've got opportunities to extend their lead, but facing AK-47s, this one's going to be harder. Breakaway will challenge them here in the third. Five lots of AK-47s. And 1 minute 40 on the clock. Oh, that nade stack. 1 HP for Hazer. How is he still alive? There's a spray down as well. Grayhound doing such a good job on this crossfire, but Breakaway breach it. And now Dexter challenged. He's got just a UMP. I think the less advantageous weapons definitely did Grayhound a disservice. But with the flash out and Breakaway not knowing which approach to go for, you've got 2 players towards the bottom of mid not wanting to aggress. As Breakaway taking this one very slowly. And remember, Dexter doesn't have that information towards Arch, so Urcast does not know that they whether they are or aren't over by Arch. He catches one in the back, needs to find the follow-up. But Noisia was watching over there, so I would say that it's unlikely if he thought about it. Hazer, there's the headshot, and that's the A-bomb site gone. So both of these players are low, and Dick Stacy might be able to just finish them off. 1 bullet each needed, and there's the first on man number 1. And this last player is on only 22 points of health, so Grayhound should be able to find him here. Llamas, this would be a stunning clutch if he can actually find the headshots, but they're going to have to be fast and furious here. He's hidden away, and there's the initial tag, but Urcast finds it. There's the swing, there's the kill, and a 3rd round for Grayhound. When he found that first kill there, I thought that he was going to flip this whole round and all game on its head. But no, can't connect with the second headshot. 3-0 for Grayhound. And finding these opening picks for the CT side is just such an issue for Breakaway. They do return this time, like they did in the third. However, Grayhound do have a fair bit of information at this point, and Urcast already down to the bottom of Banana. He wants to assume control, so he can A, find more frags, and B, slow down this push towards the B-bomb site. If he went down early, then it would cause, well, complications to the defense. However, it does look like Breakaway might want to go for, well, maybe the B bomb site. Bomb rotates down past Mexico. Sicko's got the AWP over here. They wanted to rotate that fourth man over. It's cast, and the Orb can't connect. He is in a spot of bother right now. That Molotov drops and straight through it, and he goes down. And it is Sicko still holding up his ground. Breakaway just too slow on the attack. Hazer down to 2 HP once again. He's always on just no health, and Llamas instantly drops. Hazer's very low. Lucky that the AWP connected onto Llamas instead of Hazer, because now Casts and 4 can do everything. There's 1, and Noisia, 1 versus 3, finds the first headshot. Cast drops, but he's got a duo of CTs left to find. And this one's going to be difficult. He's playing up close and personal to the smoke. Malta's watching it. Straight through as it dissipates. He needs to find this tag. Oh, and there's the headshot. Oh, and another one. Noisia, everything. 3-1. What the hell was that? Just slipped his way through the smoke. And then find that first headshot onto I don't even know who it was through the smoke. I wasn't expecting the 1 versus 3 there, but Breakaway staying nicely in this game. And remember, one player can do everything. Breakaway gets shut down, though, in this 5th. Remember, if they lose this one, they're not going to have any money going into the 6th. They're not going to have any money at all, and Grayhound can extend that lead to, well, a possible 5-1 start, depending on whether Breakaway go for a single or double eco. I suspect it might even be the double, because remember, they'll have 1,400 loss bonus. That means 2 rounds needed before you can actually go for a full buy, so they could just force in to the 6th. Just the one player held at B. It's only a cast. On Inferno, I like targeting this B bomb site, especially for a side like Grayhound, who really like to stack away from it. And Cast now needs to do a lot of work. And he's really 2 frags here, or a quick rotation, and that is coming in. Like, flash right over the top. Sicko is able to find one, you know. Malta, he's right behind this attack, and he does hear them rotating back, but yeah, he gets found at this A site, completely decimated, along with Hazer's pair of shots. There's the final man. What a turnaround there. Breakaway nicely baited everybody off the B bomb site, and I think Grayhound, it was less a bait, and Grayhound's rotation was just too obvious. They charged without even giving credence to the footsteps. They were just noisy on the rotation over, so Grayhound gave away the game. Breakaway knew that there were 3 players over towards B, at least 2, but probably 3 if there was somebody playing there originally, and it meant that Grayhound just couldn't keep that element of surprise. They lost a round. Breakaway now, 2 AK-47s, 2 AUGs, and a UMP. Remember, we've got some big games here and some big games coming up later. ESEA Season 7. We're going to be covering Avantgarde, NIP, Forza over in the European second tournament. There is another team as well that we're covering. I can't really remember who they are. So yeah, I feel like Pasted said Grayhound need to force, then they can easily win this round. I don't agree. I think that going for the eco is probably the best thing, but it has turned out successfully. So maybe forcing would have been the best bet here in hindsight. But I would have said, like, pre-round, I don't think I would have agreed with that. That USP is in a very nice position. And Dick Stacy, oh no, it's Urcast instead. There are the headshots. Molter able to spray one down with the AK-47 as well. But yeah, just Urkas doing so much work down in Mexico. He just like popped up. So yeah, I'm not sure that going for a force buy was the correct move. I think I would have preferred them to go for a save and then a full buy in this. But just because they went for the save and won it anyway, they've got both weapons and a lot of money. Remember, we've got a fourth and final best of one coming up next. It's going to be Grayhound as well, so that one will definitely start after this one. So we'll have this match, have a 5 to 10 minute pause, and then go into Grayhound's final game of the day. It's quite late in Australia, though. I think they're 12 hours ahead, so they will be wanting to get that one over the line and just out of the way. It's like 10:30 over there right now, so. It's 10:30 here as well from our EFLGG London studios. Hey Squid, which team do you like casting most from Australia and Europe? Good question. I would say I prefer some of the bigger European teams. I like casting Avant-Garde. They've been fun recently. We'll cast them today. I think casting Nip will be a good buzz today because I don't know who else is casting that, but those streams are always just massive. So as soon as we get any of the big teams that really drive the audiences in, that's when I get a buzz. So I just like seeing good Counter-Strike. I'm not like a fan of particular teams. Nice headshots though. Tick Stacy with 3 kills. That means that he's done enough on this defense, and now it's all down to his final 4 players as they try and grab that bomb, and they're straight inwards. Noisia will be going for this aggressive peek and instantly headshotting Urkas. I would be playing very passive there, waiting for the banana flank to come through, because Dexter now has to take the 1v1. He gets challenged and he does find it anyway, and there's the final man as well. Good communication from Grayhound in the retake, but 5-2. Yeah, Nip will play today. So Nip are playing over in the ECS. I can actually get those games up, I can tell you. So yeah, Draken is actually standing in for Dennis in Nip. That's interesting. So he's one of those players that we're watching out for. Yeah, so remember, it's Nip versus Forza. That's the first game. That's actually the second game. We've got North versus Avant-Garde first. I think I've cast North once for an official match. Avant-Garde, I've casted them a bunch of times. Forza, I've casted loads. And NIP only a couple of times as well. So that is going to be a really exciting game today. Make sure that you tune in at 4 o'clock. That's GMT. That's UK time for those matchups. We've got 2 best of 3s over in Europe before we flick over to the North America games. It's just an hour break in between, or it might even be 2 hours, depending on how that best of 3 lasts. I know that they've got the same people casting. I think that they've got the same guys casting all 4 best of 3s in over in the States. So I wouldn't be surprised if they force a break between the EU and NA games. Casting 4 best of 3s in a row is a bit extreme, to be honest. But ECS like to do it. I think they like to get like lots of Counter-Strike out. They don't swap up the casters or anything. They just have a nice chill scenario. We'll have that as well. Dexter in the back. I can't nail the spray down, so breakaway with opportunities, but Cast almost single-handedly shuts it down. And just look how many players Grayhound have in contention and able to peak at the drop of a hat. They had, I think that was 4 players. It was just left, right, like soldiers moving in. Yeah, I like Draken as well. Draken seems like a good guy. I met Draken over in Boston, and he's nice. Went over to E-League Boston. Spray right through the smoke. Dick Stacy drops. We've seen a lot of Inferno in the MDL. We've seen a lot of Inferno in general. It's one of the more played maps. in the professional scene. A cast. Instantly trading. I don't know how he got there without Hazer even seeing him, but you know, Malta making his way towards second mid. There's a spot out, drops the bomb as well. Llamas gives away the C4, and I breakaway. All of this equity and real estate towards the B bomb site has to go to waste because they have to salvage it. I don't know if they're gonna place another man down here. You know, Gyra is down for support. However, Noisia picks up the C4. And it's right back to the B bomb site. Flash over the top. There's the spot. Andy picks that shot up. Dexter drops, and sometimes you have to play that angle a little more aggressively or have somebody for support. There's nobody else over on the B-bomb site. Sicko tries to get lucky through the smoke. It's Gyra to hit the follow-up headshot. And it is Sicko remaining. It's going to be 6-3 here. Breakaway. Now they need to continue on this streak. They've got the wraparound to try and eliminate this AWP, expecting him not to go for the bomb site. Instead, expecting him to kind of fall back. Gyro's just got a very nice angle posted. I don't know if Sicko's going to exactly walk into it, but yeah, there's the headshot. Another one in the round for Gyro. 6-3. You went to Columbus and Boston. You went... Oh, you went to... Wait, Columbus and Atlanta. No, I don't think E-League Atlanta was the best major. I think E-League Boston was way better. And some of the European... Like, by the way, the majors are crazy, man. Like, in the arenas. Like, I've been to ESL1 Cologne and E-League Boston. Those are like 15,000 person arenas. That's insane. Insane. Yeah, Columbus was like late January to like 2016. Shots coming in, 6-3, and likely going to be 6-4 here. Dexter gets caught through the top of that smoke, 6-4. Yeah, Astralis coming back on Nuke in that final map. That's pretty cool. Towards mid. There's a follow-up. Noisia doing good damage. Breakaways seem to have come alive in the last couple of rounds, which is dangerous for Grayhound because earlier it was the same case. Grayhound got off to a good start, and then towards the end of this first half, they were just like ready to party here. Nice headshot from Noisia. You've always got that headshot angle posted when watching into library, and Grayhound have just been walking straight into that angle in particular. They've lost a couple of players to that now. Yeah, that's what I mean. Wasn't there a comeback in the last map, which was Train? Because I feel like Virtus Pro won the first map or something. What was it? I feel like it was Nuke, Overpass, Train. But I might be wrong on that second map there. I don't know what Virtus Pro would have picked. Would Astralis have picked Overpass and Virtus Pro would have picked Nuke? I thought so, I thought so. Of course you wouldn't think that now with the Astralis era like being predicated on Nuke. I just felt like I knew that little factoid. AK-47 chips in once again. Molotov posts means that Breakaway can't go for the follow-up frag. Hayes is very low, and Breakaway now towards this A-bomb site. They are going for the wrap into CT spawn. Urcast spots out one, however, he falls back, and it's the AWP to chip in. Sicko drops, and the second man severely challenged. Hayes now making his way through. This man towards the pit has to come up strong, and he can't find anything. Breakaway should be able to level the playing field here, as Urcast able to steal away another headshot. But they have to fall back. They have to save. It's 6-6, and these two orgs will be all Grayhound have working into the 13th round. Yeah, Breakaway have definitely come back alive over the last 10 or so minutes. The last couple of rounds have been very nice. Just challenging towards multiple areas of the map, and I think the only difference is they're finding their shots now. Grayhound aren't just dominating in that department. Wait, E-League posted a tweet saying that VP won the major? Yeah, because they were like just about to win it, and then it went to overtime. You've got to have them tweets ready. You know, E-League don't usually make those sort of mistakes. Their majors have been very clean. Like, I went to E-League Boston, and I was very just like... I wasn't surprised because they're a big company, good company. I was just very, like, blown away by how good they were, man. Their press room, I was invited over to E-League's press, so I got flown over, and they took such good care of you. So AK's chipping in once again. And Breakaway with such a like a closed attack means that they're turtling in and charging in all together onto one of these bomb sites. They've always got somebody to trade off each other. Yeah, they were down 8-1 on CT. This is when Train was very T-sided. Yeah, this like triggered a new meta where, remember, no, it's not that. It wasn't that CT-sided back when you're talking pasted. There was a lot of play on T-side, and the top teams in the world all had really good T-sides on Train. Grayhound do find that follow-up. Let's see what Urcast can do. It's right above the action. Nobody's spotted Mag just yet. A big spray down! And oh my lord, Dick Stacy chips in as well. And Grayhound get the instant shot away. Great work. And Breakaway are going to fall behind once again. Another opportunity to get out rifles and try and go for the buy. Was Train T-sided? I wouldn't say that Train was T-sided, but there was a lot more play on the T side. You would often see teams get like 8+ rounds at like top tier level, and I mean like a top team playing a top team. So I would say that it wasn't T-sided, but it was like even throughout that period. At like the end of 2015, start of 2016, when Fnatic had just dropped off. It's because their CT sides weren't good anymore, and they couldn't match T side. People's T sides just overall got better, and that's how you and that was in response to the Fnatic era just being such a CT sided menace. I remember Fnatic were the first team to change that pace. Fnatic and Envious were both pretty bad at T-side for quite a long time. Then Fnatic put a lot of focus into it at the start of 2015, and by the end of 2015, other teams had caught up. No, not the Vitality X Fraxis match. We're casting the North Avantgarde match, and then the NIP Forza match. Those are the ones that we're casting for the ECS Season 7. How many games have you cast most in one day? I don't know, but probably like 12 maps or something. like that. Today's going to be a very long one because I've got 2 best of 3s later, and if I want to, I could do 4 best of 3s, but I don't think I'm going to be able to do it because I've done 4 best of 1s this morning and then 4 best of 3s in the evening. That's crazy. I don't think I'm going to get to sleep between them. So I think it'll be 4 best of 1s and then 2 best of 3s, but that's still a lot. That's still like 12 hours. What is Vitality X Fragsters? Is that Mountain Dew League in Australia? You know, we're not allowed to cast. I don't have permission to cast Australian MDL. I'd love to. European MDL. I'd love to. Absolutely love to. I'd love to cast European and American MDLs. But we just don't. I just don't have. They haven't said yes. A minute left on the clock. Breakaway. A man up. Could close this out 8-7 here. They've got to challenge the AWP of Sicko, who is playing on the A bomb site. Tucked inside. Malta holds. Bit of distraction in trying to run. Albert. Here come the flashes, and it's Sicko to find the first. Malta as well chipping in. 3 versus 4 as Sicko tries to get more aggressive. Nobody else towards Palace has to bring his attention downstairs. Follow-up headshots in Urcast. He's already here. 25 seconds on the clock. And Gyra trying to swing and spiral around. Urcast steals away another one. And Gyra, there's a headshot. 15 seconds remaining. Knows that there's another man moving in. It's Dick Stacey locking in this corner. And Molotov in hand does get the spray down instead. Gyra drops. And that is Grayhound leading by a whisker at the end of the first. Follow-up pistol round, second on the board, and of course, on this CT side, Breakaway have to hold something up strong. Of course, they're 6-9 down. A pistol round would probably equalise here. However, they've got a bit of company, a bit of response. Dexter and Sicko both with full utility here. And going on to Banana, it's the Glocks to chip in. There's a second man inbound. Andy luckily finds a shot. Doesn't drop any of the utilitied up players. Dexter down to 3 HP. Let's see where that Molotov's destined towards. I don't even know if Grayhound are going to pull the trigger on the B-bomb site as the response, the flank is found. Gyra gone. And now Grayhound have the A-bomb site in a potential 10th round. It's the Molotov that's going to stop any push. Actually baits players out of that corner. However, Breakaway have to go for the response, the retake on the A-bomb site. And now Dick Stacey, headshot after headshot. Beautiful double kill there. Absolutely shuts down Breakaway more and more. And this CT side already getting off to a slow start. Gyra instantly picks up the Nova. A couple of players getting out pistols here. And Grayhound. What's their response going to be? AK-47 double UMP, double MAC-10. Minute 30 on the clock, and that angler's definitely getting Molotov out. As soon as you spot that first player, you need to get the mollies inbound. Running out of bullets low, 2 left with this P250. I'd have got the reload in as soon as you find that first kill. There's no real reason to just keep 2 bullets in the barrel. However, Grayhound roll over the B-bomb site once again, taking a bit of damage. Remember Sicko and Dick Stacey quite low. This banana flank can actually do something here. The MAC-10 just running out of ammo, has to go for the reload. They've We've still not got anybody on Banana and Breakaway. They're going to be trying to lock as many players as possible onto this B site. They want as much damage as possible for the Grayhound side. And, well, there's at least one. Grayhound trying to escape. Not going to happen. That's a scout picked up. And also a MAC-10. They're moving down towards the bottom of a Banana. Nobody really waiting here. Just Hazer at the bottom of B. Also Gyra, who takes literally one bullet, one shot, and falls back. How do we get the decals to display on the walls? It's a trade secret, my friend. It's a secret. Basically, no, I'll tell you how you do it. So to get decals, basically we hired a magician, and he waved a wand towards mid. We hired a couple of magicians because one wouldn't do, and then they put all the logos on the walls and stuff. That's basically how you do it. About to be 12-6. Breakaway obviously going for an eco after their forced buy in the second round of the half. ESEA, the only player surviving so far. He's over on the A-bomb site, but the bomb's being planted over on B. No opportunity for him. I don't even know if he's got enough bullets to finish this clutch off. However, with a Nova, might even just decide to save that. I don't know what use it's going to be going into round number 19. I don't know if you're missing much on the Vitality game. They'll probably just stomp frags us out. You know, a lot of those Vitality games have been really exciting. So I won't slam on them at all. I think that they're a great team. They're a very fun team to watch. I've got to be honest. They're just a great team to cast. They're one of my favourites. And when you see them take a close game, that's bellissimo. Five lots of AK-47s for the Grayhound side. They start on their onslaught, this time just swarming all over the map, wanting to take as much map control as possible before you actually take a bomb site. Means that you've got options. Molotov extends those options, means that Breakaway can't fall forward, they have to fall back. Well, there's a player up close and personal, and that's a mistake there. Malta knew that it was a bait for the second man in, but instantly hits the headshot to Andy. That second man running out of bullets would have been a big issue there. ESEA tags an AWP shot at the same time. Grayhound still with opportunities. Remember, they're playing next against Off the Grid. We're thinking that that one will be very one-sided, but make sure to stay tuned here on EFLGG to find out. Gyra with another one. Breakaway might be one of the only teams in this league that can contend with Grayhound. We just saw it happen a couple of moments ago. It was Order. .30 seconds on the clock. And with Grayhound wrapping round towards the B bomb site, is Breakaway going to really realise this? Or they do spot out the first man, and now they can adjust their defence accordingly. But there are two players over here. Hazer can actually run distraction, but he doesn't even need to do that. Double headshot. Beautiful stuff. Breakaway back on the board. They're first of this CT side, and let's see if they can hold up here. nades towards the bottom of Banana. Doesn't really tag as much as it possibly and potentially could have. Stacy takes 50 damage, but nobody else really contested. It's the B push, and Hazer instantly drops. This defense could fall. Remember, Grayhound do not have a goodbye in this one, but it might be goodbye to Breakaway as they lose 2 players. That AWP is dropped as well. Cass is going to be able to pick that up, and Gyra wants to challenge aggressively on this corner. He slips away, smoke out, and there's the stalemate. Gyra even tries to trace him through the smoke, but casts AWP. Now he can hold down the line. This is a dangerous defense for Grayhound Gaming. Malta instantly drops, and he finds a nice there. And remember, they know that Urcast is probably directly to the right, knowing that that smoke got placed. Now Dick Stacy, that means he has to get aggressive. Urcast does find one, and Dick Stacy right over the top, able to pick up that AWP. Gyro forces him off, and his clock actually does connect. Does he have enough time yet? 2-1, just enough time on the board. He does. Breakaway, 8 on the board. Nicely done. Grayhound need 4 more to close it out. Breakaway halfway there. But right now it does feel like they're living on a prayer. Feels like Grayhound will make it. I swear. Oh no, I just got stuck in my head. Back to my Jovi. Towards Banana, they go for the instant push through. Remember, you can hug that right wall and slip right through that smoke without anybody seeing you from the top of Banana. Remember, Hazer was looking for that angle, and he might have even spotted out a gun barrel there. I'm not sure, but if you take an aggressive angle, sometimes you can spot it. However, Grayhound with opportunities to just hide away. 4 lots of rifles here, 3 AKs, and AWP. That's on Sicko. He smokes towards the B bomb site. The Molotovs aren't really going to do anything. Gyra as well, as Malta gets tagged up. There's the first man. He has to plant slightly outside of this bomb site here as the nades pour in. It's has to take a little tag damage. I feel like Breakaway need to save though, and that is the call that they're going for. It's going to be 13-8, and Breakaway saving 3 rifles. Let's see how aggressively Grayhound go for the hunt though. These pistols are scary. Yeah, they certainly are. Opportunities for Grayhound to close out the game. A desperate buy for Breakaway, of course. Surviving with a couple of players there means that you can go for the reinvestment. A FAMAS, an AWP, a UMP, an Organ, and M4. So very much a mixed buy. They've got quite a few nades as well, but swinging out straight towards mid, it's Dick Stacy to find the first punish. And he instantly drops, and that's the AWP gone. Now Grayhound, they want to close out this map and force it straight through to another one. They've got another match in 7 minutes. It's against off the grid. Might be delayed. Remember, both teams need a break. Smoke placed. Another Molotov dropped. And there's the follow-up. I love the way that they take these angles. It's Hazer. Triple spray down. I might actually keep Breakaway in contention here. He has to contend towards absent. Oh, another spray down. Hazer doing everything. Sicko. He is the final man for him to find. But there's a headshot. He rotates over to the B-bomb site. And Hazer needs another one. He's found 3 so far. Bit of a chip in from Llamas. He did assist. But Sicko's got nobody behind and instantly plants that bomb out in the open. It slips towards Graveyard. Hazer knows exactly where the bomb is and wants to find this 1v1. Needs to find this 1v1. However, I think Sicko's got just about the best position on the map right now, as Hazer has to rotate past him. Sicko's got this angle nicely poised, and there's the headshot as well. Hazer could have definitely found that. Aggressive and risky and ballsy to go for that peek and swing, but 8-14, and Breakaway in a very deep hole. They might even just have to force up here in the 23rd. Four lots of AKs, an AWP, Grayhound have everything. That's a tag, instantly finding it. Big Stacy next man to peek, and also able to punish. Breakaway just haven't been able to get anything going, especially on this CT side. The T side actually looked pretty decent. They were keeping pace with Grayhound. However, this T side for them has just been flawless. Breakaway do have a chance to stop that. It's the Molotov towards the back B site, which actually forces over the rotation. They've only got one man over here. Lamas is holding close, and he does get spotted, then found. Lamas drops, only finding one kill in return. That's not really enough. They've scattered the whole of the A bomb site. C4 dropped. And Andy and Gyra, last two remaining. Spooky, scary pistols, and an 8-15 scoreline. Grayhound need one more to close this map out. Will it be right now? Of course, Breakaway, they've gone for a buy to try and counter this. It's a double AK-47 saved from that previous round. 2 FAMASes, and of course that UMP. Right at the top, it's Hazer. Andy nicely went for the swing inside, found that kill, but it's an AK picked up. There's the return, and Lamas can fall back. They've got a crossfire posted, and Andy's able to rack up another one. Smoke's placed, so they will have to flash through if they want to contend with Andy at this angle. And there's nobody sat towards the B bomb site here for Grayhound, so it will be an A attack, but they do have a man deficit. They are going to have to find these kills fast, because with a minute left, this clock can quickly tick down. Noisia is even watching towards Arch, towards CT spawn. With Grayhound wrapping around, I don't know if Breakaway is going to necessarily spot this out. They've got, of course, Andy on the A-bomb site. He's watching for this angle. However, needs a lightning fast headshot. Here come the flashes, but doesn't pop. Dick Stacy does otherwise. Lamas instantly gets dropped, and it's only Hazer remaining. A 1 versus 2 on this A-bomb site. And as that C4 goes down, he's under heavy pressure here. Otherwise, Grayhound are going to be going through to their next match off the grid with another win on the board. They're casting Dick Stacy. That Molotov's not going to help yet, but as he rotates inwards, he needs the UMP, and there is a man from the side. Cass able to find the shot anyway. A nice game there from Grayhound, as they didn't really look challenged. A And games like that is why Grayhound are so good on the board. A lot of experience back from all of their experience from the Major, of course. They're going to be facing Off the Grid next. So as they load into the servers, we're going to go to a very short break right after this. OTG versus Grayhound.
What's this? Oh my god, it's over. That's over. Mal's career is over. Mal can never play Counter-Strike again. I don't care what happens. He can never play Counter-Strike ever again. That's it. Done.
Now in a 2 versus 3, they need to stop this bomb from being defused, but he's hidden away in cover, and these USPSs can't connect with the shots. Zinken is still alive and wasting plenty of time. Zori has to hold it up and defend his teammate, but Zinken's going for these shots. He's trying to do it, but Zori's still on this bomb. He finally gets the defuse. The shots hit just an instant too late. Immediately in the flank, Poggers have the single USPS on tobacco at the back of this B bomb site. They obviously need this pickup. Sprag not finding the initial headshots though. It's the Deagles picking instead. Tobacco towards the back of this site, gonna nail another one, and it's only Dennis remaining. He's trying to close in, and Tobacco sideswipes him and finds the headshot. 4-12. Poggers stays in. And Tempo Storm's mid control has really just not come up with any results. He's trying to get that AK. He's still not got it. He's going to run out of bullets before he gets here. He's actually going to give up on the AK.
The bomb planted at the A bomb site, and Avantgarde with opportunities to close his series off. Now, Kicker, he's challenged up close and personal. There's a follow-up headshot. Just Sirison to keep this one alive, and he has the AWP posted in his hand. Follow-up flick. There's the first, and he has time on this clock. The Molotov placed, and that is nicely poised. Sanji here on the defuse. It's Sirison trying to bait the player out, but Sanji doesn't go for the peek. Instead, it's the AWP loading and the headshot. Sirison, can he find this bomb? Yeah, there it is.
Do anything so far, and this might all be over. They have to go for the they have to go for the 4, sorry, in this 17th, and Swisher, he puts We're Going A. What an absolute joker. And obviously they are, but ripping straight through once again. There are the shots. Swisher as well, dealing a damaging blow to both their, well, economy, their faces, and also their pride. This has been a very one-sided game. Monty last alive, and they're just going to try and finish him off. 15-2. This one's over. It's really down to HS to be the majority of this defense here. He needs to really heat up and hit some headshots here. Exactly like what it says on the tin. There's the first one. Nice flick upwards, and HS doing all the damage. What was that? HS with a quad kill. He's going absolutely off the rails. Do anything so far, and this might all be over. They have to go for the they have to go for the 4, sorry, in this 17th, and Swisher, he puts We're Going A. What an absolute joker. And obviously they are, but ripping straight through once again. There are the shots. Swisher as well, dealing a damaging blow to both their, well, economy, their faces, and also their pride. This has been a very one-sided game. Monty last alive, and they're just going to try and finish him off. 15-2. This one's over.
Charging him down. MBK with a opening headshot. Quicker drops. I don't know if they know that this AWP is up close and personal, but they certainly do now. Jane fires in. There's a second shot. Oh, and Jane does everything. Lines up 3 and 4 players. Unbelievable. The A bomb site gets shut down. How does he manage it? Every single angle covered.
Tap him away. Stuff in the pit. Can't find him. Not very aggressive this time. He's trying to smoke and he finds the second. Oh, the third! Lord! Doing everything! Almost hits the fourth. Lethal and brutal on this B-bomb site. He doesn't really know that he's not defusing just yet. He has to bait out the second man as well. There's the kit and the smoke. I think he might be able to do this. He does bait him out. Oh, there's the headshot! Nicely done, Existence Galaxy.
Clutch scenario. Order. Really looking for another round right here. Valiance is one shot away with any gun to do. Oh my goodness! INS shoots right over his head. Oh my god, he was one bullet away. And suddenly it's 9-1. Valiance showing off some backwards bunny hopping skills. Oh, that was right above his head.
But Mixwell still has to sneak his way out of A main, and he's got company from behind. That nade right over the top isn't going to do anything but a fast flick on one. Oh, in the second, Mixwell blasts his way out of that situation with a pair of frags and 28 HP to his name. Now he needs to rotate towards the B bomb site. He's only got 10 seconds left on the clock. I'm not sure he's got enough time for this one. That bomb takes 4 seconds to plant, and he needs to get it last possible second. How does he manage it? Now the rotate has to come through. A 1 versus 3 that seemed impossible earlier now seems almost probable. And it might be pistol in hand to try and crack this one. Makes his way through. It's Deagle out instead. Him closing up the distance. Even behind in the flick. We've got Relaxer coming from behind. He's on short.
Goodbye.
There's the opener shot hit. The bomb is planted right for him. He's got this angle nailed down and lined up. They need to just bait a shot out of him.
Goodbye.
And, oh, there it is, but he nails it straight up. So, just before the Molotov goes down, he needs to stop this. Oh, and he has stopped the defuse from coming in. Another shot from Relaxer, who does everything. A quad kill. A 1 versus 4 on the A bomb site. And that is map and match point. Got Relaxer coming from behind. He's on short.
Goodbye.
There's the opener shot hit. The bomb is planted right for him. He's got this angle nailed down and lined up. They need to just bait a shot out of him.
Goodbye.
And, oh, there it is, but he nails it straight up. So, just before the Molotov goes down, he needs to stop this. Oh, and he has stopped the defuse from coming in. Another shot from Relaxer, who does everything. A quad kill. A 1 versus 4 on the A bomb site. And that is map and match point.
Oh, what's this? Oh my god, it's over. That's over. Mal's career is over. Mal can never play Counter-Strike again. I don't care what happens. He can never play Counter-Strike ever again. That's it. Done.
Now in a 2 versus 3, they need to stop this bomb from being defused, but he's hidden away in cover, and these USPSs can't connect with the shots. Zinkin is still alive and wasting plenty of time. Zori has to hold it up and defend his teammate. But Zinken's going for these shots. He's trying to do it, but Sorry's still on this bomb. He finally gets the defuse. The shot's hit just an instant too late. Immediately in the flank, Poggers have the single USPS on tobacco at the back of this B-bomb site. They obviously need this pickup. Sprag not finding the initial headshots though. It's the Deagles that are picking instead. Tobacco towards the back of this site, gonna nail another one, and it's only Dennis remaining. He's trying to close in, and Tobacco sideswipes him and finds the headshot. 4-12. Poggers stays in. And Tempo Storm's mid-control has really just not come up with any results. He's trying to get that AK. He's still not got it. He's going to run out of bullets before he gets here. He's actually going to give up on the AK.
The bomb planted at the A bomb site, and Avantgarde with opportunities to close his series off. Now, Kicker, he's challenged up close and personal. There's a follow-up headshot. Just Sirison to keep this one alive, and he has the AWP posted in his hand. Follow-up flick. There's the first, and he has time on this clock. The Molotov placed, and that is nicely poised. Sanji here on the defuse. It's Sirison trying to bait the player out, but Sanji doesn't go for the peek. Instead, it's the Orglowden and the headshot. Sirison, can he find this bomb? Yep, there it is.
Do anything so far, and this might all be over. They have to go for the they have to go for the 4, sorry, in this 17th, and Swisher, he puts we're going A. What an absolute joker, and obviously they are, but ripping straight through once again. There are the shots. Swisher as well, dealing a damaging blow to both their, well, economy, their faces, and also their pride. This has been a very one-sided game. Monty last alive, and they're just going to try and finish him off. 15-2. This one's over.
Hello and welcome back everybody to CSGO Fight Night. My name's Squid CS, and you might think that we're all done for today, but I've got one more treat just for you. It's Grayhound versus Off the Grid here for our 4th and final best of 1 of the day here in Australia. Remember to tune in later at 4 o'clock. We're going live with some phenomenal matches. North versus Avantgarde right here on EFLGG. So make sure that you follow and stay tuned for all of that action. However, for the time being, Grayhound Off the Grid, they are going to be taking it in this final best of 1, and I think that we've got a favourite here today. Definitely the Grayhound side. They have been pretty dominant throughout the MDL. They've only lost 1 map so far. They're 28th in the world, and they've beaten all the oppositions. They beat 16-4 Chiefs. That was quite a catastrophic game for the Chiefs, who are number 1 in the MDL right now. I know they've played a couple more matches, but they should be the first place team when everything is said and done. Either them or Grayhound. It's 14 weeks in the top 30 for Grayhound Gaming. However, when we flip over to this Off the Grid side, they're having a couple of issues. They were 12 to 13 in the MDL. They're 216th ranked in the world, so pretty much unranked, and only 25% of wins on Dust 2. Unfortunately, we're playing Dust 2 here today. It's Off the Grid. They haven't played the knife round just yet. However, it was a nice throw. It was a nice segue, so I thought I'd go for it. Off the Grid. We don't know if they're starting on CT or T. I don't think it'll really matter. If they win this knife round and then Grayhound get T, though, I think that could be bad for them. I think if Grayhound win the knife, they should probably just pick T. Otherwise, Off the Grid can control the pace of this game. They can control a couple of different factors, and I would like to see Grayhound just play the T side first, and I think that that would probably be beneficial for them. I think that they could close it off earlier and close it off quicker. Remember, this is just a warm-up, so don't you worry about that, fellas and folks. The folks at home, I like talking to the folks. Iron Tummy 1. Does that mean that you can just get like punched in the stomach and you're totally fine with it? Is that what Iron Tummy means? Or does it mean that you can drink loads of alcohol and you're not sick, or eat loads of food? Is that what you mean by like an iron stomach? I think that's what that means. But yeah, knife round here. This is to determine who gets that CT side or who gets which side the winner obviously picks. There is a little bit of tactical aptitude to this, and it was actually Grayhound to win that knife round. So they decide to swap over. They actually stay on the T side. So interesting. I said that they should do this, and they've done exactly that. They swapped the teams about 4 times. But you know, Grayhound, they will start on T. This is what I recommended. So if they lose it, it's all my fault. Lackwin CZ says, hi. Hey, man. I don't know why that took me so long to read your message, but you know. El Regis says, caster warming up in the warm-up. You know, I'm warming up my casting while they're warming up their warm-up stuff. But yeah, Grayhound, what a fast trio of frags. That whole long defense completely crushing. They have to catch maybe a player or two on the cross, spotting out another man. It's obviously a USPS in the hands of Sicko to try and trade back towards CT spawn. But Off the Grid cannot hold up the defense. And that bomb going down, it's obviously them trying to chip back in. Paris can't even land the shots. This is not going well, and there's a flank in place as well. Mogtor even finds that one. A quick pistol for Grayhound as they get off to a fast start. Nade pouring in. And a flash tags and hits. It's Malta to find the initial damage, and Dex are the only player to fall once again. This long take has been very good, and I would just recommend Off the Grid, just don't even hold that side along anymore. You probably need to just hold different angles and find something else, because Grayhound have abused that twice. They've obviously found a weakness. That's why they've done it 2 times in a row, because if you crush through it just like that when you've got a triple stack in the pistol, then it's surely going to work in the next. And within 30 seconds of the round starting, that bomb is down. Means that Grayhound should get a quick 2-0 on the board. If this Sky doesn't have anything to say about it, they missed that headshot, but hits the follow-up. Malta dies. And now Grayhound have to be very careful about this one. They've also got the mid flank in, and that's a nice shot to hit. A pair of scouts, and Sicko right on the angle. Gets tagged! What was that no-scope? Now they have to find Urcast, but he is hidden away. Wants to go in for this one. Wouldn't have stopped the defuse if it was just a kit. However, Paris forced away, and 2-0 for Grayhound. With a kit, he would have won that round, but Off the Grid just can't make the magic happen. That's 2-0 on the board. Argus says, Laconis, when I started my warm-up, it was only 1 hour headshot TM and utility practice every day. That's pretty cool. You know, what did you play in? Are you an Australian MDL player or something? Nice shots. Of course, Off the Grid just to keep it around here. So get shut down 3-0. You know, I don't like headshot DM. I only like DM that simulates the real game. And if I headshot DM, it means I'm getting away with way more frags because the level of opposition is going to be way worse. So what I prefer to do is use a standard DM, but focus on headshots. I think that that's a way better practice. I know that some pros, and well, a lot of pros actually, like to use the headshot-only servers, but I just don't prefer it. There's the collat. Dick Stacy doesn't need a headshot server to finish off Sorb. What a performance. Long has just fallen the way of Grayhound every single time. And I like how they don't even aggress on it. So this short play is going to be heavily sought after. I don't think that Off the Grid are going to necessarily see this coming. But the pair of Orgs actually nail down the angle. And Dexter completely on the B bomb site. Should be able to shut off the rotations. It should be 4-0 here. And he does get tagged up. But his job just to stay alive. Of course, you've got Urkas up close as well. Here are the shots. They know that the second guy's through here as well, so it's flashes and all the rest of it. The Grayhound are even going for mollies and knives. 4-0. This has been embarrassing so far, but Off the Grid with a lot more opportunities as we close this half out. Hi Squid. Indeed, I was known for my preference for spicy food. Also in the games, I prefer the tanking role. There you go, man. Double meaning for the name. You've got to have a name with a bit of deep meaning, like Squid CS. You know, deep. It's Squid. It's an animal, and CS for CS:GO. Deep meanings. Deep meanings. Nice headshot, Paris. Assuming that angle was very smart because players attracting your attention towards the top and mid can very often resort to you not really being able to spot much out. But he's found 3 tags, and Grayhound just get completely shut down. I don't think they're going to be able to find this one. Sicko's obviously got that AWP and will be trying to take the advantage towards mid. I like how he just slithers his way in, and this guy could very easily find another shot, but Sicko capitalizes, and this is the damage that Off the Grid can't afford to let happen. 30 and 33 points of health. Remember that they've got 2 low players. Sorb in the back. He's one of their full HP players. Right in with the flank. There's the tag on 1. Cast. Now he needs to do everything. But he's on 3 points of health. I don't think that this is possible. He does spot out that second man. And I don't know. What's going on? What is happening? Sorb, hello? Somebody call Sorb right now. Somebody phone him. Is he awake? Wake him up. Resuscitate. Now Urkas picks up the AWP. We'll be able to get over to the B bomb site. Does fake it out slightly. Both these players are very low. Should have probably stuck with the AWP in this situation. However, doesn't. Obviously has been miscommunicated towards mid. Oh, spots out the next man. He gets found, but yeah, there's still to finish things off. Almost a 1 versus 4 there. That shows how dangerous the individual players on Grayhound actually are. I don't know what was going on there. To Off the Grid just not want to win this game. That was really, really odd. Oh my lord. Come on, guys. Yeah, I hate to call it this early, like one of these mad betters from chat. That's kind of what I feel like right now, but Grayhound are playing at a much higher level. I don't see any way for Off the Grid to get into this server at all. Grayhound are major level teams, a top 30 team in the world for the last 14 weeks, and Off the Grid, not that whatsoever. Just to note, the difference between top 30 and top 40 is massive. So the difference between top 30 and 220 is just, you're in a different universe. And we're seeing that right now. Grayhound are surviving a lot of these rounds with 5 players remaining, with a minute still on the clock, that bomb going down. They're not even really playing seriously. They're just freestyling on the Off the Grid side. And this should just be a quick one. Here are the tips. Learn map callouts. Download ULL ethical workshop maps for improving your aim. Watch and learn from videos of pros. How they read situations, crosshair placement. Yeah, watch pros. Just watch games. Watching games like this help. Like, look how Dick Stacy is training his aim on these angles. Look how close it is to the corner. Not perfectly on the corner, but and then you see his aim is not crazy. It's consistent. He moves his crosshair down fairly fast. towards the headshot, and that's all she wrote. That's all that matters. There's Wraith dropping down to 10. Another tag. And long gone again. Just the USPSs this time, remember. Aesel, the only man with a weapon, drops. And now Grayhound, they're going to be taking the charge towards the A site once again. Those nades, so brutal. They don't even seem to be taking this one necessarily seriously. And Sicko even knows where the final man's coming from. Paris got absolutely destroyed. 1-7, and I don't see anything really slowing Grayhound down right now. I would be betting on this right now because I think this is going to be a 16-3 or better for Grayhound. Off the grid, even the individual rounds that they've taken have been a struggle. It was just the all combination towards the A bomb site and actually just tagging loads of players with scouts. Dexter making his way through, the flash lands perfectly, and that's the A defense just crushed again. It's that combination of flashbangs which is really doing them a tremendous disservice. Can't connect onto the shots onto Sicko, and when you're missing shots and your opponent are hitting all of theirs, that's when you lose. That's when you just have to give up. I would never advocate giving up. However, this has been a very one-sided map so far, and the spring line also coming in. Paris. He's been just destroyed 2 rounds in a row here. With a minute left, this bomb is on the A bomb site. They're waiting for this smoke, but Malta finds him in the back. 8-1. Another convincing round. Remember that over the next 2 months, we're going to be casting a lot of the CCC, the ECS Season 7. So every first broadcast, when they have 4 games, we'll cover the first 2. So they'll have 4 European games today. We'll cover the first 2 of them. And then James and Dan will cover the other 2. We'll also cover the American games in the same format, and James and Dan cover the main 2, we cover the other 2. And they're not even the main matches and the secondary matches, because the ECS teams are all like top 20. They're all the best teams in the world. So remember that Season 7 is run slightly different. You've got best of 3 single elimination playoffs, and the winner of each week gets through to the final stage. So it's like, I don't know, is it like Pop Idol or something? You have to win the show and then you get through to the final. Oh no, it's like Britain's Got Talent. Yeah, if you've watched that, so it's like the Britain's Got Talent semi-finals. You have to win a semi and then you get through to the grand final. That's the way that I see ECS right now. I know that I'm casting on Australia. Maybe you have Australia Got Talent as well. But, only good for 1. Urkas is last alive. He is way out of the action and wants to... Oh, he can small 3. There's 1. There's 2. And Sub does not have a kit. He has to get instantly on this defuse, but wants the orb shot instead. It's the shot nailed off the grid. Actually does find a second. That is pretty astounding stuff. If he had just held up the angle with that AK-47, decided, yeah, he's not going for that defuse. But, you know, when you're so far away from the bomb site and the defuse is coming in, there's like nothing you can do in that situation. 2-9, a round stolen away from off the grid. That was so crazy, though. He was right behind all 3 players for a couple of seconds. A bit of just discipline and moving towards the player moving through window would have maybe even found all 3. Now Dexter holding down the line. There's a tag. Raptor takes a bit of damage. You got Grayhound minus 9.5. You know that might happen right now. I think. What are your odds for that? Bet Psycho. I'd hope that you get like 1.8 odds at least for that. Stacy takes one in the face but deals one also. On the grid actually finding a bit of damage here. And this starts to get dangerous for a Grayhound who want to close this out with minimal rounds dropped. Remember, taking rounds in CS is so inconsistent that sometimes you see a very close matchup with two teams who are pretty much just as good as each other. And then that goes 16-0, and then an underdog able to take like 15 rounds against their opponent, and it goes to overtime, and it's crazy. But off the grid here, he's putting a couple of rounds on the board, getting a bit ballsy there. Sicko does get knifed. I don't know what that was all about. Paris now picking up an auto sniper, and Grayhound have given away a couple of nice weapons. It's a triple AWP setup for off the grid, and now I want to see Grayhound go just fast into long. Sorry, I think that is the response here against this weaponry. Let's see. Yeah, they're going to do exactly that. It's bomb thrown away. An instant rush, and Grayhound want to get straight out. There's no smoke. Where's the smoke? You need to be smoking that one off. Cass takes a nade to the face, but deals 2 headshots to his opponents, and even spots out that auto sniper as well without dying. 2 HP, and he's still alive. They're going to aggressively hunt for the auto, of course. There's an AWP on the side of Wrath as well. This weaponry is alone enough to do the damage. And, there's the third man. Paris takes aggressive entries onto the A bomb site. And this causes a real stir because Grayhound could lose this round. A 2 versus 5. And Paris, straight onto the A bomb site, is planted right in the open, though. There's another shot! And with the Molotov placed, Dexter drops another. He needs to find this defuse, and it might actually happen. Paris instantly on this. There's no nade, and he finds it. What a almost 1 versus 5 there. That's how strong the auto sniper is. And Paris isn't even found after time, so steals away another round. How did Grayhound lose that? Lost a lot of money on Grayhound versus Order, so not having the greatest night. Yeah, that was a pretty upsetting game. Betting on Grayhound twice in a row. Okay, might hurt. If they want that minus 9.5 lead, they've got to close this out soon, because off the grid have taken a couple too many rounds here, and I don't even think we're looking at a potential comeback. We're just looking at how badly a Grayhound going to win this one. And remember, in MDL, it's only the wins and losses that matter. But B site already taken. That's a clean round right there. Cast even cutting off the cross, and to get towards this B site, they have to cross past double doors, and there aren't really the manpower to deal with this one. Paris last alive. They don't want to make the same mistake again. 3 players challenged him and left them in the 2 versus 2. However, this time he gets just shot straight in the face. That's the auto sniper dropped. He could buy it up once again, but he'd have no money apart from this one. So he goes for an AWP. That's a glass cannon. There are the shots. Man, off the grid, just can't do anything. I know they've gone for a little bit of investment into this one. And the A site, there are a couple of players over here and absorb so little HP. That nade is probably even going to find them. What a dunk. Oh, become a basketball player. 11-4, and Grayhound absolutely dominating at the end of the first half. Tags towards mid and a underpass push from Grayhound as the second half gets underway. This USPS chipping in already, and he wants to re-aggress. Dick Stacey right behind, and what a crushing defense. Grayhound decide to, well, move the mountain to Mohammed. They moved straight through into Tons and absolutely decimate that attack. Paris, no chance. He even moves towards long, but he hasn't even got a bomb on his back. And Dick Stacey with another good pistol round. Remember, he was that star on Banana earlier on today. He's running at a 2 KD right now. Urkas is doing even better. He's running at almost 3. No, over 3 even. In fact, 3 1/3 is his KD. Look at this. If I have a look at some stats, the KDs are just so convincing. I think maybe even this... Oh no, the scoreboard's just wrong. Yeah, this scoreboard's not correct. So you've got 0-0. Now they've broken their scoreboard. Well done, man. 12-4 though. And Grayhound just with this aggressive defense. No respect style of Counter-Strike. I think they know that they're going to win this game. And they just want to take it over the line. And BetPuts, just hope off the grid don't get 7 rounds or I lose. I don't see that happening right now. They're going to have an opportunity with rifles, but it's already going to be like 14-4 by the time they get there. But with the Deagles, they're actually chipping through. A couple of very assertive kills. And now the UMP's challenged. That Psycho's going to be getting scared, but Urkas does spot out that bomb, and there's the man dropped. Sorb should be next in line. He's got a scout in hand. However, with Grayhound, 2 players, they know where the C4 is. They go for the aggressive pick. And he has to actually re-aggress straight into this long position. Dexter's right below. And I don't know if he's going to be able to spot this man out now. He's down towards the bottom of short chamber. And he is kind of locked in. He needs his 1 Deeks to feel confident about this situation. And he could actually wrap towards the B bomb site doing this, but Dexter might even spot out the footsteps. He is making his way towards short. Doesn't know that there is another player on this A bomb site, but there's the tags, the headshot. Sorb might be able to clutch this now. He's actually favoured as that C4 goes down. He's got the scout. It will be a 1-tap to do this, but Urkas, he snuck in, and there's the headshot. Perfect angle from Urkas. And that's just the game sense that comes from being a top-tier Australian professional player, holding the angle and just waiting for the push to come through. He knew exactly what was going on there. 13-4, and that saves the day for Grayhound. Valve next update, auto sniper cheaper. I certainly hope not. That would be horrific, horrendous. Players towards the B bomb site. Grayhound only getting aggressive towards short. Dick Stacey doesn't have anybody to help him here, but I don't think he even needs to help. He's got the M4 posted down. Here's Urkas. It might be the second man in, but could have followed up with a nade off the back. However, where is that nade? Straight in. This should do damage. Oh, Stranchy takes it right to the face. Down to 40 HP. And out towards mid. Spray down comes, but it's not enough to merit a frag. Dick Stacey's rotated his way down towards CT spawn. Bet, by the way, what are the odds that you get from... Oh, 1.8. See, I called the odds perfectly. I called them. Dick Stacey trying to get aggressive here, but of course Sorb is watching for it. Sorb could instantly find that next frag, and although Urkas is doing damage from the back, you've still got the scout here to watch down the angle. Headshot nailed, and from underpass, it's an MP9 in hand. And Malta knows that the second man's up there as well. Can switch out to the AK-47 before he makes his way to the A-bomb site, of course. It's an organ hand, and Paris plants in the open. This is better for... Oh, but yeah, Malta's got his number. He's moving towards long. This is the best angle here. And with the AK-47 out, it's the Octanail instead. Off the grid up to 5. And they could make this closer. But Grayhound, they've not got much money in this one. Are they just going to go for the force buy? They do. No respect. Minus 11.5. What are the odds for minus 11.5? Because obviously that one's lost at this point. Instant headshot tagged, and the scout able to line up the angle. Dexter's still roaming though. As the Galils close in, he hits a follow-up tag. And now the Pistols can try and finish off Urkas. They do exactly that. His nade bounces in at the same time, so a 2 versus 2. The Grid pretty low on HP, and Strangey actually gets an aggressive spray down. He's down to low health, and Sicko only has the scout in hand, and Strangey does it again. What a play from him. 3 kills on the board, and a 6th round here. That actually puts, well, Bet Psycho's bet heavily in contention, as I don't think the Grayhound are even going to go for this round. They might just have to go for the Pistols here. This might be 13-7, and off the grid, I would say that that's not an impressive number of rounds, but pretty decent. There are the tags off the grid with the headshots towards mid. Grayhound seem to have gone to sleep slightly early. This is obviously just with Pistols, but we saw them a lot of success with Pistols earlier on today. And off the grid are playing as a cohesive team at this point. You saw the spray downs towards mid. That was quite nicely executed. Grayhound can be still very dangerous with the Pistols, especially when they're coordinated and pushing it towards mid and trying to isolate players. Of course, off the grid not allowing that. They get up to 7. Being held up, and Malta, Dick Stacey both drop their respective players. And over towards mid, it's Grayhound to hold up the line once again. Paris and Sorb do steal kills away. Dick Stacey now moving on to short. Seems a little unsure where he wants to be playing from. Maybe it's going to be the A site. Maybe he wants to wrap around elsewhere. Molotov in might actually force him out. He's so low on health. Can't afford. Oh, that nade is going to find him. Nicely done. Off the grid, starting to wake up here. Now against the Org. Needs to shut this next man down. Sorb needs to get towards the bomb site, but with a minute left, Grayhound might be able to finish off the job. A player towards long wrapping in, and the headshot tagged. Sorb needs to hold that from a more passive angle there. So you need to be planting that bomb to like left of where Urkas is defusing right now. I don't know why he went for such an open plant. That's just a mistake. That's just stage fright and jitters. 14-7. Off the grid, still with cash. Ooh, Sicko instantly tags his way through. Wrath with an AWP in hand. And there's the flick upwards from Dexter. Nicely done. His AWPing is usually pretty consistent. We saw it earlier today. He was pretty decent. Of course, Sicko's their primary AWPer. However, Dick Stacey right in the back, headshot hit, and he is just moving it. And that flash actually knows where both players are. What perfect play from him! Headshot after headshot, and a 15th round secured. Off the grid, they might be going home, but after a little bit of firefight, after a little bit of a fight there. I like that. 15-7. Off the grid, definitely fighting back as much as they could. However, 15-7, and Grayhound look like they want to take one more round. Strangey actually does pick up an opening tag. That's towards mid, however, they now need to pour through to the next pair of orbs. There is one of those posted on that B bomb site. Dex is just holding here, and with Malta right in the flank, that causes complications. Sicko wants to get aggressive, but being flashed out of place. Got the AWPs posting up the angle. There's nobody actually stacked on the B bomb site, so Dexter is just moving towards mid and B. He could catch bad timing. Off the grid could find this, but with no nades, they have to walk in. Kind of naked, of course. Paris, he's got the only smoke. It's with a deagle towards mid that he poises that one. These last three players from off the grid as another one drops. Just Strangey and Paris to left. Oh, it's only Strangey. He should go down here. This should be a 16-7 performance. Grayhound doing a good job. They could have closed it off earlier. However, it's the win that counts. And Strangey about to make his presence known. Malta instantly finds him. That's the final kill. That's the pickup. And what a game overall for Grayhound. So out of the 4 best of ones today, Grayhound, they were able to win two of their three, putting nice wins on the board. Remember, in the MDL, they're a bit behind because they haven't played so many games. They're 6-1 right now. That's good. Off the grid, down in 2-14. Remember, Grayhound, they're very quickly making up progress. They're going to make their way maybe to the top 3, maybe even the top 2, maybe even winning. Remember, Order still have a couple more games to play as well. I think it's going to be between, when everything's said and done, between Grayhound and Order, who picks up the win in MDL. But that is all she wrote. All of our games today, Grayhound doing a very good job to put serious wins on the board in front of everybody except Order. They were able to take their win earlier on today off the grid, just not managing to get it done. Took a couple of rounds in the end, but that was all she wrote. Either way, we're back tonight at 4 o'clock. That's only in 4 hours. For the ECS Season 7. We're going to be going live with North versus Avangard. A very important, awesome matchup. So make sure that you see us right back here for all of your CSGO Fight Night action.
What's this? Oh my god, it's over. That's over. Mal's career is over. Mal can never play Counter-Strike again. I don't care what happens. He can never play Counter-Strike ever again. That's it. Done.